Sam, did you know that in our community, there's one topic that isn't talked about enough? There's a lot of topics that aren't talked about enough, but one that kind of really hits home for a lot of people and is a taboo subject is a subject of domestic violence. It's an issue that is pushing people to the complete edge, i.e. suicidal thoughts. I was actually speaking to the brother at Noor. He was at One Nation. So One Nation have teamed up with Noor Domestic Violence, that's Nour Domestic Violence, to run a campaign called Hidden Voices, which is giving a voice to those kept in the hidden in the shadows of abuse. It's a new campaign set up by Noor Domestic Violence, that's Nour, an organisation which has been dealing with domestic violence for a few years now, offering professional assistance to any male or female going through domestic violence. Now, Sam, did you know that when I was speaking to the brother at One Nation, he was telling me that females who go through domestic violence, one woman is killed every 3 days due to domestic violence.
Wow, that's a lot, man.
Yeah. Another thing he was telling me is that in our ummah itself, in our communities, sisters are leaving the deen because of domestic violence. Because what's happening is they're getting abused domestically by their husbands, and subhanAllah, they don't see a way out, and they feel like they're being controlled by the husbands. And we'd think that it happens, in non-practicing households and stuff, but we don't know the situation. And what some women are doing, this brother was telling me on the phone, is that they think to themselves, the only way out is for me to leave Islam, because that way many things, like for example, a man can't be married to a non-Muslim woman, and therefore to a woman who has if she has left Islam, she's a what do you call someone who's left Islam?
You call it someone who what's the word for it?
Yeah, but someone who has rejected Islam essentially.
Yeah.
Then they feel like that's the way for like the guy to divorce them, for example. How sad is that?
That's very sad, man.
But not only are women leaving Islam, women are killing themselves. There's people having suicidal thoughts. And Noor Domestic Violence, that's Nour, are official partners with One Nation charity, who are doing amazing things, and they're expanding the work they do with domestic violence. Sabr isn't the only solution for domestic abuse, Sam. Sometimes and always you should speak with a professional. So if you are facing domestic violence, you can email Noor at support@nour-dv.org.uk. So that's support@nour-dv.org.uk, and one of their professional Muslim counsellors will assist you, inshallah. Now, how can the general public, our listeners, perhaps they're not going through domestic violence, or they don't know anyone who is going through domestic violence, how can they support, you might be asking? Is that what you're asking, Sam?
I was thinking that same thing, yeah.
Well, they can raise awareness about domestic violence on their social media pages, to their friend and family circles, and any other way possible. They can also go to hiddenvoices.co. Hidden Voices, that's the name of the campaign. That's hiddenvoices.co, and you can make a small monthly direct debit contribution as little as a couple of pounds. Can keep projects going. They can support the campaign using social media platforms that Allah has given us, big or small followers. No matter if you have big or small followers, someone may be facing abuse. Even if you have 3 or 4 followers, you don't know, which can potentially change their lives for the better by literally sharing awareness. And one of the posters that is on the screen right now, and you can share that by posting on your Instagram and Facebook pages. It may show that one person that help is available, and you could potentially save a life. Lastly, Sam, you could make dua for the team who are working on this project, and you can make dua for the people who are suffering, and you can go to nour-dv.org.uk. So that's nour-dv.org.uk. The brother was also telling me, bro, that even though the focus on a lot of these campaigns is for the women who are going through domestic violence, also men do go through this. Men also do go through domestic violence. It's something that's swept under the rug a lot of the times, and it shouldn't be, man. Even when I was studying criminology, I was learning about men going through domestic violence and men going through abuse. And we were actually talking in this podcast, subhanAllah, about how, we felt like our egos, like I was speaking about how my ego kind of got tested when my missus was asking me if I wanted help putting up my curtain rod, which we kind of had a bit of a laugh about. And I was saying about how, it tested, it played on my ego a bit, this, that, the other. But what does that come from? That stems from like society, you know, saying that how a man should be and this, that, the other, and saying that us men shouldn't be sensitive and we shouldn't be speak about our feelings and speak about, you know, if we should just always be manly in the sense of what society says. And you know, because of that, men don't speak up about when they do go through domestic violence, and it's something that we should go through. So lastly, if you're going through domestic violence, you can email noor@support@noor-tv.org.uk. Head over to hiddenvoices.co, support the thing on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere.
Support the thing there.
Support the thing there. Also brought to you by 59. That's 50_NINE. What is that, Sam? Tell me about 59. What is that?
59 is a health and wellbeing cafe situated in St Albans, Hertfordshire. Postcode would be AL15BJ. It's a cafe that offers coffees, juices, smoothies, food, and many other delicious items and treats. And guess what?
What, Sam?
If you are a freshly grounded viewer or a listener, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for supporting first and foremost. But did you know that you get £1 discount in 59 by simply quoting freshly grounded at the till?
I rate that. Do you know what? I rate that, Sam. And guess what?
What?
I just thought about.
What?
I've never used that. Why have I not used that? Went down to
it's for the viewers and listeners. Why would you use it?
Well, it's applicable, isn't it? If you go to zaha.com and type in freshly grounded, you get yourself 20% off.
I wouldn't do that just out of principle.
It doesn't say except Sam.
You're ghastly.
Anyway, haven't used it.
But you can use it if you want, Faisal. Yeah, you can get a pound
don't
off.
worry. I got the gist.
But yeah, point is, quote freshly grounded and you're going to get £1 off.
Also supported by Izaha, izaha.com, Arabic style caps, hats, jumpers, t-shirts. There's a bunch of new stuff coming into the new year. Head over to Izaha.com and type in freshly grounded in your cart. You get 20% off. Also brought to you by Flavor, FLAVR, your one-stop shop for branding, marketing, social media content creation. If you have a brand or a business, no matter what the size is, and you want some content creation, iPhone applications, anything branding, head over to flavor.co, flavr.co, or email them at hello@flavor.co. Also, you might be thinking, I want a bit more from Freshly Grounded. Yeah?
A lot of people do think that.
They do think that, don't they? They think, I like listening to your podcast once a week, but that just ain't enough for me. What would you do then, Sam?
I would become a patron.
You'd become a patron, would you?
Yeah.
Well, if you do become a patron, you get a bunch of stuff. You get further discounts on our businesses, Sam, every now and again. You get the podcast audio one day early. You get it on a Thursday instead of a Friday. You get exclusive videos, such as behind the scenes episodes of Freshly Grounded. What happens behind the scenes? We just released one yesterday, a brand new episode 2. You get other behind the scenes stuff, like perhaps, as you said, maybe an arm wrestle between Faisal and Sam.
Arm wrestle or normal wrestle.
Okay, potentially that's possible.
Potentially, that's the thing. You don't know.
You don't know what you'll get, but you get extra footage, you get extra stuff, you get stuff early. You also get exclusive. You always get access to our merch early. So, for example, we launched the mugs. We launched them one day early for the Patreons, so they had a chance to nab them first. We're gonna launch when we launch our merch, our t-shirts, our sweatshirts. We're gonna launch them one day early for our Patreon subscribers. So, if you want to support, it's £5 a month, and most of all, you get to support the podcast, don't you, Sam?
Of course.
And help us keep running and support the thing. And head over to, if you want to support, go to patreon.com/freshly grounded. That's patreon.com/freshly
grounded.
Freshly grounded. Lastly, actually, this isn't last. Go ahead.
That was last.
Nah.
Go on.
We've always got more.
Go on.
If you just want to support the ting daya.
Don't know.
You're like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to benefit from the Patreon, but I want to support. You can head over to freshlygrounded.com/donate and support over there. Or listen, guys, if you don't want to donate we're not sitting here. We're not going to say, you have to do this, you have to do that. Just make dua for us.
Yeah.
Make some dua for your brothers.
But just explain briefly to the people who are viewing and listening of what the benefits are of supporting the ting. What are the benefits? Not Patreon, but just supporting Freshly Grounded. What are the benefits of it?
Well, for example, if you want to support Freshly Grounded, what you get is we get, and subhanAllah, this is honestly, if you saw some of the emails that we get emails of people saying that, alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah, they've stopped listening to music because of Freshly Grounded. They've benefited from guests that we've had. We're not sitting here saying that we're knowledgeable, but we've had guests like Ustad Tim Humble, who is very knowledgeable. We've had people like Hamza Zortis, Mohammed Hijab. We've had people who are successful in business, Josh LaMonica, people who are successful in fitness, Abdul Latif, healthy mindset, people like Abdul Sharif, who is successful in business, people who give tips and advice on the sunnah, such as Abdul Hakim, and people benefit of this stuff. And inshallah, if you donate and help the podcast keep running, inshallah, you will get a piece of the reward as well. And if you want to sponsor the podcast, you can head over to freshlygrounded.com/partner, and you can actually be a sponsor on podcast. We can shout you out at the beginning of each episode, and your business can benefit. You know, Sam himself has told me that he's had so many people come.
Alhamdulillah, wallahi, Freshly Grounded has benefited 59 in so many ways. The amount of people.
You about to say 50 grand?
I know.
Maybe it's made you 50 grand.
Not yet. 59. It's been great. Sponsorship wise, it's been fantastic, guys. So it does work. I promise you.
So if you're business and you want to sponsor Freshly Grounded, head over to freshlygrounded.com/partner. There's a contact form at the bottom. Head over to our shop to get your last couple mugs. freshlygrounded.com/shop. That is literally all of our plugs. You want to get into the episode, Sam?
Let's get into it.
Episode 39.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
After that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
So Sam, since I started becoming a practicing Muslim, I would like to think that I have actively been shredding away at my ego and my pride, because it's something that is not allowed, essentially, to have pride and ego. However, it's fair to say that yesterday your boy was tested. Your boy was tested hard. So I come home after a long day of work, come to a room, and my missus has bought some. She's bought a new curtain rod thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I come in and I notice it, and I'm like, oh, okay, you bought me a present. She goes, yep, and we need to put it up, and you need to cut it down to the right size, nail it in, everything, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem, I'll get that done.
Is that the usual kind of gifts you give each other?
I was like, all right, fine, no, I'll get that done. And then she was all right, cool. So I was like, yep, I'm going to do that. And she was like, oh, you can do that now? And I was like, yep, I'm going to do that right now. And I had no idea what I was doing. And I looked at it and I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And she was right there in the room looking at me. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I blew the dust off my toolbox, my hand toolbox, brought that down.
You got the tools out, yeah?
He got the tools out. Easy. And I looked at it and I went, all right, cool, so I'll get started. So then I was like, where do you want it? So she showed me exactly where. It's not a curtain. It was we have a little wardrobe, like a kind of a side room in one of the rooms. And so
you made a curtain to make.
Right.
Oh,
she wants something to section that small little cupboard up.
What's currently there? Nothing.
Inside we keep just things like our coats. My toolbox.
In your room or in another room?
In our room, we have a side room.
So in one room, you have another little wardrobe room connected.
Kind of, yeah.
Is there
kind of like a walk-in wardrobe kind of thing.
Is there currently a door or something there?
No.
There's nothing there.
So
no. It's just
so she wants
to cover it.
She wants to cover it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
So I was like, fine. So I said, where exactly do you want it? She showed me and stuff. So I started making the old markings. Yeah. And then I was like, right, fine. I'm gonna put this nail in here and this in here. And it was like a little hook, so I didn't know if to screw it or hammer it. And all good so far, yeah. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm a man, yeah. And then she looks at me. She goes, "Do you want me to put up a video of how to do it?" That was me being tested. The rage that went through my body. I looked at her and I said, "Listen, your man don't need no video. I'm gonna do it, yeah." And then I heard a YouTube video in the background. I looked at her and I said, "Hey, best not be a video on how to." And she goes, no. I think she was watching some kind of cooking video. So I was all right, fine. You watch your cooking video, but you don't watch the DIY video when your man's in the house. I can handle this, yeah. And So I did what I thought was right, and I kind of nailed it in each place, and then I started cutting down the little rod, and then there was a bit of metal. I didn't have to take the metal off, and then I looked back in my toolbox and I found I had some like pliers that have a like a knife in the edge, cut the metal off after a long time, and eventually with a bit of trial and error I managed to do it.
Yeah.
But I was being tested throughout the like kind of 45 minutes that it took me to put this thing
the
up.
ego comes in in the sense that your missus is trying to give you some help and guidance, but
Yeah.
you don't want her to know. You don't need her help or guidance. You can do it. You can achieve it yourself.
You telling me this story right now is like perfectly in line with something that I was reading yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was reading an article on how like men and women have different needs, right? And it said that men are driven, like literally we live to set ourselves goals and get them, yeah?
Yeah.
And now what women do is unconsciously, if for the person that they love or their spouse to help them, they'll try and make it easier for them to get to those goals and provide solutions, but men don't like that.
Nah, I hated
Men hate that.
I hated it.
And the thing is, apparently most, like a study shows most problems that start off is, well, for men is when like women intersect in this, and obviously from them it's a different thing because they're helping with growth, but for men it's a completely different thing. And with women, it's like men have to really, really listen. When we go and say like your wife's had a really bad day and you come home and then you have to you have to listen to everything that she's saying. Men, what they do is when they're listening to that, they take it upon themselves. They think the woman's blaming them for everything.
Okay.
And instead of listening, they start giving solutions, logical solutions, because that's what men do. We're logical beings, so that's what we do. And they start giving rational explanations as to how she could have fixed it or how she can fix it. And when the woman doesn't accept it, it leads on to other things. But all the woman wants is like affection and like just to listen and just to hear, and that's it. And most of these problems...
This is what the article says, is it?
Yeah, this is what the article says. So like, what you just explained...
Just
like,
to clarify to our female listeners, this is not Red's opinion, this is the article.
This is the article, it's not my opinion.
Yeah.
But
we do believe that women are also logical.
They're very logical beings. I repeat, they are very logical beings. Very, very logical.
This is only the article,
article's
probably
opinion,
by
not
the Sun or the Daily Mail.
I imagine so.
But you did good. Like, I probably would have lost my patience if that was me.
I was trying to be good, bro.
It's interesting.
Yes, what happened this morning?
Yeah, because I something happened to me this morning. I don't want to go too into it, but I was given some advice from my missus, and I won't lie. I literally like almost refuted it straight away. It was she'd been out and got some business advice, and she gave me the advice.
Oh
and
no, not business advice.
This is exactly what. Yeah,
Why do we do that?
Pardon?
Why do we do that?
I don't know, but that was my natural thing. I was thinking,
yeah.
that's pure ego, because literally
same here,
I
man,
felt this
same
wall
here.
go, zoom, and I almost had an excuse to why the idea that she put to me wasn't going to work with no. And I'm just going to be, do you know what? And if you didn't bring that up, I probably wouldn't even thought that happened. But it was crazy. She was just trying to be helpful. She got advice from someone she met last night about something, this, that, and the other. She goes, "Oh, have you ever tried this?" I was like, "No, you can't do that." And I reflected.
The amount of times I do that.
I walked off to the kitchen, went on my WhatsApp, and did a voice note. And what she said, I was like, "I've just been told you can do this. Can you just check whether you can do this?" And then,
Bro, I've done that so many times. SubhanAllah. Yo, Red, could you bring the sound interface just a bit more to right, just so Sam can stretch his mic?
Shukran.
Yeah, just bring the whole thing over.
It's crazy. It comes down. We want to be independent. We want to be the ones who can
look after and not come across as weak.
Yeah, of course.
Well, so here's where my dilemma comes. But by the way, I'm so happy that I did that yesterday, because I'm learning new DIY things as I go. Now I can I'm confident with that. Like, remember I said a few weeks ago on the podcast that when I set up my CCTV cameras by myself, I was really proud of myself, because then I could use a power drill and that. But the problem here comes that my wife used to actually work in a job for it was like a home furniture company, and so she used to have to actually build a coffee table from scratch, dining table from scratch, not from scratch as in from scratch, but you know how IKEA give you a coffee table, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you have to. So she's really good at DIY, which is more annoying for me, because she probably knows how to do it.
But why don't you try and learn from her? You can probably learn a lot from your wife.
No, because
say, yo, can you show me how to use these tools correctly? Because
she knows not to go in that field with me now.
Fine.
Because when she first moved in, I bought her a dressing table, and I think she might have offered to help.
You made it.
And so what I did is I built the dressing table when she wasn't in.
So you've done quite a lot, haven't you?
Now I have.
CCTV, dressing tables, curtain rails.
I have to admit, she built her own dressing table stool.
She built the stool. How come you didn't build the stool?
I think she was asking me to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it done. And she was like, I said, I'll do it when the dressing table comes. There's no point us building the stool for the dressing table when we haven't bought the dressing table yet. And I think she was bored one day. She was like, look, I'll just do it.
Good for you, man.
And so I was like, you know what, Faisal, let her, if she wants to, put your ego to the side. And she did it, and she did a good job.
I think it's important for us as men to be able to do these little bits and pieces, because I can't do these little bits and pieces. I've been waiting 2 weeks for someone to come out to my house and fix the cat flap.
No, I am bad at it.
2 weeks. I looked at it and I actually worked out how I could have done it myself, and I thought...
It's odd that you have a cat flap but not a cat.
Yes, I didn't choose to put the cat flap. It was there before I moved into the house.
But instead of covering it up, you actually got it fixed when it was broken.
So there's a cat flap, and recently I discovered that it was broken, and it was quite a big cat flap. It's strange because it's a really big cat flap.
Really?
And it's like... You could have probably gotten into my house through this cat flap. It doesn't matter now because it's secure. Alhamdulillah, it's secure. Yeah. But I didn't put the cat flap there. When I moved into the house, it was there, and I know it didn't cross my mind to pay for the door to be covered up. I just left it there, and it's still there today.
And the cat does come in.
Not using the cat flap. To be fair, we let it in the door, but that's not our cat. That's a neighbour's cat.
That's nice though. It looks like a nice clean cat.
It is a very nice clean cat. It's a pure white cat. I always give it some milk.
That's nice.
We play with it a little bit. Zayden likes the cat.
Cat have a name?
No.
Oscar?
No. We've named it a few different things.
In university, when we were living in halls, we used to have a cat that would come and visit our halls, and everyone used to play with the cat and stroke it, and they used to walk on our dining table and all sorts of stuff. And not me though. I didn't let it in my room or anything like that. I didn't used to play with it. And I was like, you know what? We don't know whose cat this is, where it is from, all this kind of stuff. I was like, this is not good. It's always chilling outside my flat, and this, that, the other. And I said to my flatmate Sam, I was like, bro, we should do something about this cat. Adding to the fact that I just wasn't fond of coming out of the house and there's just a cat sitting there, and that would walk into my house and stuff.
Do you like any animals?
I like kittens.
So you do like cats?
Yeah, I don't mind cats. I have to know.
And until they go over a certain age and you don't like them.
Maybe.
Anyway, can I just say, I probably said this before, but Faisal within the vicinity of a dog is the funniest thing on earth.
I've witnessed it a few times.
Sam's witnessed it in Gambia.
Oh my!
Wild dogs in Gambia. I've seen clean dogs in London. That he's even last week in Portobello Road. I saw there was a dog. And what did you call it? Kurta. So, and he got pranked. So
Kurta is a traditional. Kurta is a traditional clothing item in the Asian.
Kurta.
Yeah, it's
kurta. Yeah, kurta is just kurta without the R.
No, sorry, kurta.
Yeah.
Kurta. Sorry, I mispronounced it. You have to forgive me. Kurta.
You don't like
dogs, do you? Don't like dogs.
Not a fan. Not a huge fan. I walked a dog once.
Wow.
I ran with it
like Rocky. I watched about the scary cat.
Outside. Right, fine. Listen, the cat. We end up calling it some name. Turned out it was the opposite gender anyway. Anyway, point is, I said to my boy Sam, I said, Sam, listen, we need to think about this cat. He was like, fine, let's go to Pets at Home, get a cat flap. A cat cage, and let's take it to the vet.
Okay.
And let's figure out whose it is or something, because it is a bit weird that there's a random cat in our halls. So I was like, fine. So we got the cat thing. He put it in, and I drove us to the vets. Turned out this cat did belong to someone, and these people, it was 10, 13 miles away. The cat must have got lost, and they were looking for it everywhere. So they were really happy that we had it in, because it had a digital chip inside it or something. And this cat that everyone had been playing with, touching, all this kind of stuff, had this really bad disease that was
no way.
It was it had, because it was out in the wild for so long, it managed to get this disease that I think they had said that it was from other cats raping it or something.
What?
Yeah, so it's some kind of sexual disease, and everyone in my whole building started bleaching this, tables and sofas and everything, and I was kind of I didn't touch it. So.
I thought you were being the misery guts through the story, to be honest, but you actually been the sensible one. It paid off.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take from that.
But I mean, it's your neighbour's cat, it's different, isn't it? But that was a random cat.
I say it's my neighbour's cat, but I've got no idea where it comes from. I don't know if it's the neighbour's cat.
Because this cat looked clean. This cat looked clean,
really?
And it was not clean at all. It was, but it was somebody's pet, and I'm sure, and it was out in the Blessy. It was lost miles and miles away from home.
13 miles is a long way for a cat to travel, isn't it?
It was very, very far. To
the hitchhike.
I don't know how it would have got that
30
far.
miles for a cat is a long way, isn't it?
30 miles, I could be exaggerating.
Okay.
But it
Let's
definitely...
say, for instance, cut that in half. That's still quite a long way.
It was definitely more than half that. It was like a very
Really?
long walk.
It's a long way to go.
It was long, man.
Jumped on the bus or something.
I don't know how it got so far. It must have been over a long amount of time, like a couple months. I don't know.
True, if you get lost, you walk
You
a certain direction.
keep walking.
It can happen.
So yeah, man. I need to work on my ego, my pride, because one, what is it? Atom seed.
One's atom's weight of pride
and arrogance.
You won't enter Jannah.
Right.
Whoa.
Serious thing.
It's crazy because it's not like you can completely eradicate it.
No.
Because it doesn't disappear, but you can definitely be aware of it and try and like deal with it. Because being aware of it, because I remember back in the day before I became Muslim, I wasn't really even aware of an ego, although I had a massive ego. Now I'm aware. I'd like to think that I haven't got an ego, although I'm sure something runs through me on occasion. For instance, someone says something to me, and I might, and then that's my ego coming into play. Do you know what I mean? But it's funny. It's like, I think you just need to be conscious of it, and when you can kind of feel it building up, you have to just give yourself a little reminder, don't you?
You do.
Because it gets to your head and it destroys things, isn't it?
And the other thing is that you realise after that you actually come across like a bit of a, like, you come across
horrible, and no one respects it either.
Yeah.
In your head, you think you're like, that's it. You think, because the ego basically like you're showing you're respecting yourself, and you're trying to let everyone know to take you more seriously or whatever the case. But in theory, it does the opposite. People look at you and think, why is this guy like being so arrogant? It's not a good look, is it?
I think mine might even come from like a level of insecurity, because like if you feel like someone doesn't respect you, you want to like tell them to respect you, or like show them, oh look, I should be respected. So and having that insecurity is not good either. Like to feel, you should be confident in yourself, to be content with, look, this is who I am, and but then again, also knowing that you shouldn't be walked over. Nice fluffy jumper you're wearing today, Sam.
Thank you. It's like a fleece hoodie.
It's very, very comfortable and cozy.
It's cozy, man.
I was gonna say, I love it.
Is it the same? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it just reminds me of like the black sheep.
Yeah.
Black sheep.
Yeah. But like the cool, like the rare, like black sheep. Like
I know there's rare black sheep. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, it feels like a black sheep.
Is it the same on the inside as it is on the outside?
No, but it still is. It's comfy. It's cozy. It's just it's not that thick to be fair, but it's nice.
Nice.
Although it's not actually as cold today, is it? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's not as cold.
Not
as
as cold.
No.
It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't yesterday either. The day before was the coldest.
Day before, which was what day?
That was
Monday. Yeah, Monday was freezing.
Yeah.
Man,
really cold.
On Tuesday, I got out. I got out of my house and I went to warm my car up. And my car was the coldest it's ever been, to the point where I was trying to open my door and it's like my door had frozen to the thing, so I couldn't even open my doors. And eventually I had to like give it a good old pull, and it opened.
Did the snow affect you?
No,
as in like, did it affect your working week or anything like that?
No.
Didn't block you in?
No, because like
on the Monday you were okay as well?
Yeah, I was alright.
Yeah?
Yeah. I even went out on the Sunday. You just got to drive a bit slower. The Sunday was really badly snowy, and I went out that night.
When did the snow start coming down? Sunday night.
Believe, yeah.
And we woke up.
Sunday during the day. We woke up with heavy snow on Sunday.
On Sunday, that's right. On Sunday, yeah.
And I went out that evening. So what was I saying? So I woke up on Tuesday to warm my car up, and even the doors wouldn't open. It was that cold. My car was like an ice cube.
Really?
I went in the car, turned it on to warm it up, and I have this de-icer, which is like this spray, and you spray it over ice, and the ice literally just crumbles away instantly. It's so good, and it's always worked, even in the coldest of weathers. And on Tuesday, I de-iced my windscreen, and the ice shattered away, and underneath that layer of ice was another layer of ice that would not go away.
Really?
So I just had to like wait until my car warmed up enough to like melt the ice. Yeah.
It was so cold, it actually, in Men's Spa, it froze a outside pipe and shut all the hot water off. And it's done it again. Twice that happened. It got so cold. Froze like a pipe.
I saw your post that day on Sunday when it was snowing so much, and like Gianni still went and opened.
So yeah, most people got snowed in. Gianni, everyone did try. Everyone who worked that day did try. I had to add that in because there was some upset in the group. Everyone did make their best effort to get to work. The only person who made it was Gianni, who actually travels from the furthest. So he comes from like Milton Keynes ways. And his car got stuck, and he ended up like just walking to work and walking back.
Where's his car?
He obviously got it now. The snow, he had to just park up as he got into St Albans and walked like on the edge of St Albans, walked up. Yeah, So
Wow.
he travelled a
soldier.
long way, and he got in, and then Mahi went up and but loads of clients cancelled on the Sunday anyway.
Yeah.
But he made it. It was impressive, man. Really impressive.
What a soldier.
And then he got stuck on the way out.
Oh man. Yeah, it was tough. That Sunday was tough, man. Even when I was like braking and stuff, like my car was just like.
Because right outside my house is a hill, and like just directly outside my house is almost what the furthest people got on the hill, and until they kind of started like sliding back down and stuff. So on my road there was loads of cars neglected and stuff. So there was, for me, from looking outside my front window, it looked like the snow was just getting the better of people, because obviously my work wasn't, no one getting to work, everyone was abandoning their cars, this, that and the other. So it had a big effect on St Albans.
Yeah, I imagine
sliding
so.
cars everywhere.
It was really bad in Wales as well, I heard.
Was it?
Yeah.
Then I went. And then I went to Edinburgh on the Tuesday, thinking it was going to be colder than it is here, and it's actually like pleasantly like not warm at all, but not cold.
How was your first experience in Scotland?
Really nice, man.
Yeah?
Have you been before?
I have.
You have. Yeah, you
I've
did
been
talk
to
there,
Dundee,
didn't you?
yeah.
Then Dundee University, and you stayed the night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. Really nice.
Yeah.
And it's not far away either. All these
not
places
far.
on our doorstep, man. I've never been them before, but
What
inshallah.
did you like about Scotland?
What did I like about Scotland? Edinburgh. I loved the architecture.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the people, and it was just very, very beautiful. Really beautiful. Edinburgh, like city centre, you just see Edinburgh Castle, and then all like the shops and the main roads and stuff, which are all quite beautiful and clean. And then you look up and it's just like there's castles over there. It's just like a lot of Gothic buildings. It's incredible architecture. It's just really epic and beautiful is how I describe Edinburgh.
Nice.
Really nice. And then there's parts of it that look like Amsterdam, loads of like water. There's loads of water and like.
Was it hilly?
Was it hilly? I didn't discover much hills, but there is hills in Edinburgh. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but I recommend it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go. I want my next stop in the UK to be Ireland.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Mahi went
With
to
you.
Ireland yesterday. Went to Dublin yesterday.
We need to go together. Let's go like early on in the new year, because I know we had plans to go before the year ends, but
it's one of those things.
that's a bit difficult.
Yeah,
But
we will. We'll go when things have calmed down. We'll go over
Yeah.
beginning of next year.
you must be just like up to your neck in work right now, because I know that around Christmas period you get really, really busy. around
Yes,
holidays.
December's our busiest time
Yeah.
in the calendar by far. So we'd like to try and maximise that as much as possible. But yeah, loads of things going on, man.
Yeah.
Loads of things going on.
Nice,
Me
man.
personally, not trying to be too busy in cutting hair, although I am busy cutting hair. But we've got loads of cool things planning for next year. So hopefully next year there's going to be we can announce some really cool things.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, really, really cool. Inshallah,
Nice.
man.
There's this other thing that we wanted to talk about, and I know it might be getting in the way of Red's current events, but it's just like, so I had to talk about it. So I'm sorry, Red, if you were going to mention this current events, but have you seen this video of this this kid who got? Have you heard about it?
Yeah,
Man.
I followed it. Yeah.
So basically, this kid called Keaton Jones, I believe, like was getting bullied in school, and his mum made a video of him like talking about him getting bullied, and he was crying, and subhanAllah, it was a really emotional video. When you watch it, your heart does melt a bit,
Yeah.
and you think, wow. And then like it was so emotional, in fact, that it got shared by like
Went viral, didn't it?
went viral, man. It got shared by LeBron James, Dana White of the UFC. And all these people are inviting him to all of these things. Like Dana White invited him to the UFC to fly him out to Las Vegas, all this kind of stuff. And then what happened is, because it went viral, people were like looking into it and that kind of stuff. And the mum who shot the video, they looked at her Facebook page and stuff, and ended up finding pictures of her and her family holding the Confederate flag. Have you heard about this?
No.
No.
I've not heard any of this.
Bro.
All I know is the original story.
No, bro.
Oh my days.
It gets serious.
Really?
Right? So listen, right? Oh, I'm so glad you haven't this
Wow.
up. Right, so basically, right, so bless it. I don't deny this kid was getting bullied. It was emotional.
Fine.
And I imagine that he went for a hard time. He was crying in the video. But people started looking into it because everyone felt sorry for him. The video went viral. Turns out there's pictures of the mum holding the Confederate white supremacist flag, which is used by the KKK and all this kind of stuff. And everyone's like, hold on a second, like, what is up? Then they looked at his sister's Twitter page. She has a picture with the white supremacist Confederate flag. Everyone's like, yo, this is a bit odd, right? So this American news outlet goes to their house, there's an interview with them, talks about the backlash, and the mum's like, look, like, you know, I'm not racist. In fact, like, I used to get bullied for actually not being racist, and like these pictures were meant to be like they were meant to be like kind of like a joke kind of thing, and on top of that, like it's crazy because out of all of my social media and everything, people managed to find the only 2 pictures that exist of me with the Confederate flag. And so her response to people saying like you're racist was, oh no, there was only 2 pictures of me holding the flag. You're racist.
Yeah, good excuse.
Yeah. and then she goes like, so that's what she said. Yeah. Now it gets worse, bro. Yeah. So she's saying like, look, I'm not racist. There were only 2 pictures, which is the worst defense of you not being racist. And then saying, you know, now people are questioning like whether like she was doing that thing to just like get fame or make money, etc., making the video. Now it gets even worse, bro. So then she started a GoFundMe page, which by the way has raked up like over $50,000 or something. GoFundMe have now frozen it. And she was, so as I said, he was getting invited to this, that, the other. And this one UFC fighter, I'd like to make clear that I believe that some of these things are like allegations and stuff like that, but it's all stuff that's come out in like the public and open. But there's a UFC fighter called Joe Schilling, and I don't know if he's a UFC fighter actually, because I know he's doing kickboxing as well, but he's an MMA fighter. I believe he is in the UFC now. But Joe Schilling basically invited him down to one of his events, one of his fights or something, and was invited to fly down. And the mum actually had turned it down and said, "Can you instead just promote our GoFundMe page?" Really? So like, it's like she really wants to make money. And I'm also curious as to what she's raising the money for.
Well, that's the whole point. This is what I was going to say, because I didn't know any of that. Yeah. But what I do know is that a lot of people are causing a huge amount of fuss for this one video, which is, I did watch the video and it touched my heart, etc.
Yeah.
But when I'm hearing some people are transferring huge amount of money to him, like, where is the benefit in one youth who, although there's so many people who get bullied worldwide, in that same school that he's from, there'll be multiple kids that get bullied. Right. What is the point in that one boy getting loads of money? Like, people, when I'm hearing why one person's getting, like, all the people who get bullied, it's like one person's getting ridiculously looked after by all these celebrities and it's gone viral. And I'm not taking it away from him if you're getting bullied, because it was very sad. I'm not taking that away from him. But when I started hearing about people transferring large amounts of money, I was thinking, what is the point in that boy? How does that help? If anything, why don't you set up a GoFundMe or a charity, an anti-bullying campaign that people worldwide can, and you know, something a bit more structured that can help like lots of children, rather than one kid getting rich off the fact that he did a video.
I agree with that. I was going to say that if you were sincere about it, what you would do is you would probably team up with a anti-bullying charity that already exists and has all the structures in place, and do a partnership with them, and the money goes straight to them. But the fact that you just set up a GoFundMe page, which is probably going to your personal account, it's a bit skeptical. Now, we have to be conscious of like making assumptions, this, that, the other. However, it is all out in the public, and it's literally like out there, like black and white. Now, you'd think, look, he made this anti-bullying page. She set up a GoFundMe page. She just like wants to make money. She's got pictures with like the white, like this one picture of her family holding the white supremacist flag with Bibles in their hand. And you think like, okay, that's as bad as it gets. You'd be wrong, Sam. Your boy's got more dirt.
Interrupting you, go on.
Now listen here, Sam. Turns out his father's in pen. Yeah. Now, fine. He could be in pen for many things, right? Mm-hmm. Now, some of the father's pictures came to light in the media. Turns out the father's got a couple tattoos, some of which say stuff like WCC or something, White Cowboy Club. Also got some pictures of the old man wearing some t-shirts, which have the double S for which is white supremacy Nazi symbol. A couple white supremacy t-shirts on, couple Nazi t-shirts on. Your dad's racist. So we haven't got much going for him, unfortunately. Now, again, I do not want to take this away from the bullying thing.
Yeah, of course.
If the boys getting bullying is not acceptable in any way, shape or form.
Absolutely, agreed.
But we're not talking about the kid anymore.
No, we're not talking
we're talking about the kid's parents.
Yeah.
Your parents racist.
But then I don't know if we can necessarily use that to take. We can't obviously take anything away from the boy, which is generally this is what it's all about. You can't pick your family members if the boy's getting bullied, and his parents are white supremacist racist. It's almost two separate things. Unless the boy's getting bullied by people who know that his parents are. I don't want to start going down that avenue. Or have you got more dirt? Is that
okay,
where
now,
does that where it stems? Is that where?
Okay, so everything I've said so far is fact, pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
in the
fine.
sense that, like, I've seen the pictures of the dad. I've seen the pictures of, like, the mum holding the white supremacy flag. By the way, she ain't just holding the white supremacy flag. This is the picture you're seeing. The white supremacy flag. This is her.
Yeah.
Smiling. Yeah. Now that all stuff is fact because you see it black and white. Like you see the pictures that the other. She's like, but she is defending it, saying, "Look, I'm not racist." Blah blah. Now we shouldn't gossip rumor because there is something else that came to light, but it's not fact. It's just something I saw on Instagram.
Just something you saw on Instagram that someone made.
Someone basically said that you know, there could be other reasons why he's getting bullied. Perhaps he provoked this stuff, but you don't want to go down that route because he's a little kid. He's a little kid. It's just rumors, and at the end of the day, no one deserves to get bullied. And when you see the video, originally, when you see the video and you don't have any of this background information, the reason you do feel upset about it is because genuinely, it's a guy crying, it's a kid crying, saying, like, bro, the thought of like children throwing like food down your t-shirt and like pouring milk on you is so. And I'm not a parent, bro, and it feels horrible for me to think about. And I remember someone talking about how when you're a parent, listening to something like that is even more. It touches your heart in a different way because you think of your kid and you think if someone did that to my kid, like I'll be heartbroken. And so I can only imagine how it made you feel having a kid. So I don't want to take it away from that. And bullying is a horrible thing. But it's almost hard to avoid.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's got a lot of backlash. And GoFundMe have frozen her thing, so I don't think she's going to get the P anymore.
I mean, does she deserve any money anyway for this? Do you deserve money for it? Is it something that you... I was bullied at school. Okay, well, let's put some money in your account and everything will be okay.
Well, the nature of GoFundMe is that, like, if people want to donate money to you, it's up to them, innit?
Of course it is, yeah. I know, I appreciate that. But why has she got a GoFundMe?
Have you seen the GoFundMe profile at all? Is
there
like a cause or like...
Check it out. Let us know what it says.
Because like if obviously there's some kind of like beneficial cause from the whole situation where, you know, she's like designing a campaign to like raise awareness for bullying or whatever, then yeah, fine, it's fair. But I don't know.
It's very hard at this point to... believe her anymore because of
like I said, the one thing I heard that someone well known transferred a lot of money to him, and I just thought
like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Oh really?
And that's what I was going to say when you first started talking about this. That's all I knew. I didn't know all this other stuff.
Do you know who the name is or?
So his name is Keaton Jones.
Keaton Jones GoFundMe. We're not necessarily saying that anyone should donate to it, but just Red's just checking it out. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I thought if one boy is receiving all this attention and money, but I just couldn't work out what's the benefit of the money going to him. If because so many children get bullied every single day.
He get a nice house.
Huh?
Nice little yard.
He could get a nice little yard, but it's almost like, what about all the other kids? I just thought. I mean, is money the solution to bullying? That's the first time I've heard of money being the solution to bullying. You?
No, I agree. I don't see why the money's going there. Bullying's a sad thing, man. Like,
it's terrible.
Bullying's awful. And the other thing is, like, you know, when you're in school, yeah, when you're in school, that's your life. So you don't, you know, like for us, we look back at it and we're like, oh, it's such a small part of your life. Yeah. You grow up, everyone gets more mature, like, and like that kind of stuff. But when you are that young and in school, it's your whole life, and how people treat you and how people think of you and stuff means the world, doesn't it? And it's a real shame because, you know, a lot of suicides in teens and stuff happen because of bullying, which is so sad, man. Like, you just feel like saying to them, look, like, you know, it gets better, and like you forget about school as you get older and stuff like that. But at the same time, you don't know what it feels like to like be at that age and be that kid who...
You're very vulnerable, aren't you?
Yeah, man, it's so sad, man. Like, it's just so sad. And who was I speaking to? I was speaking to Samir in the office about this the other day. Yesterday, I was saying that, like, when people pick on people, essentially, one of the reasons people must pick on people is because they want to feel powerful and they want to feel like they have a bit of like control and authority. And so what they'll do is they'll make fun of someone who they feel it's easy to do that or something like that. It's just a horrible thing, man. It's so horrible when you think about bullying. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
It exists. You're talking about school, but it exists everywhere, bro. It exists in the workplace. Adults get bullied. Everyone. Bullying happens all over the place, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
How do you combat bullying?
That is a big question.
How do you combat bullying in what advice?
School environment.
What advice can we offer to young people experiencing bullying in the school environment?
I think the best advice we could, one of the best advice we could ever offer, because we can't really speak as professionals, but one of the best advice we could offer is just like
professionals, but it's people who've been through the school process, understand how it is. What advice in it?
The best advice, like we said last week, with regards to like anxiety and depression, is that speaking to someone about it is the best thing you could do. And it's such a scary thing because you don't want to come across as a snitch or come across as someone who's like weak and vulnerable, so like you can't handle it. But honestly, speaking to someone is like the first step, whether it be your parents or your teachers or your peers, but more so like your parents or your teachers, because they could actually make a difference. If your teacher finds out, like, bro, the other thing is, like, for example, if your parents find out, I remember I think my little sister had some issues in her primary school, and my mum actually, when my mum found out, she took her out of the school and moved her to a different one.
Really?
And so your parents care about you, man. So they're gonna want to do what's in your interest. They're not like, and your teachers, they're not gonna. Teachers aren't gonna stand for bullying.
Advice is
and
talk to someone.
You have to talk
Find
to
someone that you trust.
These are really delicate situations to deal with. Like,
Yeah,
you can worsen the situation or, you know, make it better. Like, I've had personal situations where my dad's gone into...
How did you... I mean, if you don't want to talk about it...
No, I don't mind.
How did you deal with it?
I don't know.
Are you saying telling someone's not always...
Yeah, not always the best idea. Because, like, for example, so one time it was my birthday, and I had this guy, you know, we were classmates, and so birthday beats was a big thing in school. But so when it happened to me, he made my entire upper arm black, and obviously at home my parents noticed, and so my dad went into school with the best intentions, of course, and spoke to the teacher, and obviously the guy got in trouble. But that kind of unleashed like 6 months of hell on me for the next...
From that particular student?
From that same student. And we sit together in like Spanish class. I wouldn't want to sit next to him. My teacher would still make me sit next to him. Like, he'd stab me with the compass and stuff like that. And so this kind of stuff, I don't know how I got through it, but it's...
I agree with you, and I haven't been through what you've been through, so I can't like sit here on my high horse and be like, oh bro, no. But I would still say it's still good to tell someone, because saying that, like, that's not the solution, because
for sure.
Do you know what I mean, bro? Like,
you don't have to necessarily go to your teachers and try and get people in trouble as such. But it's more explain to someone like your parents the situation you're in, and maybe rather than them going to the school and pinpointing the bully as such, but giving you advice on how to deal with the bully, I think is implying children, giving them a bit more life lessons. How do you deal with a bully? Opposed to just like running off and telling the teacher, which, like you said, can cause
issues. But you know, there's a certain level of resilience that children that go through with this stuff, like, they build up a certain level of resilience. Like, if this stuff kind of was happening to me now, like, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, but you're a stronger man now. The danger is when it happens to a young vulnerable kid.
Exactly.
They're not strong enough to deal with it.
Yeah. So during those times, talking to someone who you feel like would give you, more, because parents don't, with the right intentions, aren't always enough. So you can go to your parents and obviously explain it in a certain way, but they're going to try and take action on what they feel like is right and what they feel like will make a difference. But you need to really find someone who can give you actual, like, ways of dealing with advice of ways of dealing with, you know, the bullies. And the worst feeling is like going to school in the fear that you know, I'm going to turn around the corner and he's going to be there and, you know, he's going to mess me up. Like, that's the worst feeling.
When I was young, I once made a comment to a boy, and later that night, that boy showed up at my house with his dad and stuck it on me. And I'll never forget. And lesson learned. Just to put it out there. I made one comment to this boy that I didn't really know, in a jokey way. Obviously, it offended him. Yeah. But he ended up knocking on my door, and he's in a very calm way. But having his dad stand there and speak to me in front of my dad about how I spoke to his son taught me such a lesson. Like, it was like. It was embarrassing. Like, it was because to be a bully is not good. It's not a good thing. I'm not saying I was a bully, but I made a comment which someone didn't like, and instead of them doing whatever, they went straight to their parents. They clearly explained what happened. Yeah. And the dad ever thought, fine, let's go and deal with the matter. Which I think is.
Yeah, that's why. That's why
I'd like to think how I would like to deal with it.
That's a more respectful way.
It's a respectful gentleman's way, because the guy didn't come around threatening, but the presence of a man showing up with his son. Trust me, like I remember it. I remember it very, very well. And that's how I like to think. If my children never have issues, I'd like rather than. I'd like to try and deal with it like with them side by side, and
Yes.
it's not about threatening and let's go and get him, son. It's like let's go and stick it on them a little bit and make them feel like
a bit more of a passive way to make them think rather than
make them think.
Yeah.
Make them think opposed to like it's not
Yeah.
about threatening and warning. It's about like make them think like because it made me think.
You're spot on, man. No, I to be honest, I couldn't suggest anything else. Like everything else that if you put on the plate, it would look like it would make it worse. And it has that. I've like literally like from personal experience, I can say that it's not always the best way, but like that sounds like a really good plan of action.
But I don't think it's ever healthy when you have got problems to keep them inside and swallow them.
Sure.
I think that can be like a recipe of disaster. You get all these little things will build up and it will make you just. So I think it's healthy, just in general. Whatever, even if it's your mate, even if you've got a schoolmate, just let people know how you're feeling and what you're thinking. It's a healthy thing, man.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that wasn't even current events, was it?
No, it wasn't.
The page wasn't funded by the mother. Made by the mother. It was by a person called Joseph Lamb, who made the page for the boy to help him with his future. That's it. And it raised $55,000, and the target was $20,000.
Really?
Yeah.
And what?
The target was $20,000. It made $55,000.
Wow.
And is he allowed? Is he getting that money?
I mean, it says it's been frozen, but it's still up there. I'm guessing people just can't donate for now.
And we said the mother made it. There you go. Shows that you shouldn't speak
We
without
were just
knowing.
gossiping live on Freshly Grounded about this guy. Yeah, no, we were having an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah. Which is Daisy, I take back everything we said.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Don't gossip.
Don't gossip, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so there we have it.
Anything factual we can talk about?
No, but I think what we were saying still like remains like the pictures of the thing.
Yeah.
The
No, of course.
and we take back what we said about the GoFundMe page being set up by the mum. If it's not true, then we shouldn't say that. But regardless, it doesn't look good.
But it's been healthy because we've highlighted bullying, which is a real issue in society.
It is,
so.
yeah, and that leads on to mental health issues as well. Like, if anyone knows anyone that's getting bullied, I feel like if your experiences make you who you are, and it might be a time of difficulty. But as Sam said, like just make sure that you're speaking to someone about it. I had my parents to speak to. They weren't always. They were understanding of my situation. Didn't always take the right plan of action, but it's definitely still better to just get it out, because when you bottle up inside it will like come out in different ways, in anger or in fear or many other emotions. So just best way to deal with it is talking. 100%.
Faisal,
Yes.
have you got anything else to talk about? Anything more upbeat, positive?
Upbeat and positive. So we
Talk about the mugs. How have the mugs gone?
the mugs are going really well.
Have
There's
they?
a couple left.
Only a couple.
A few left, yeah. So you can grab them at freshlygrounded.com/shop.
There is literally only a couple left, isn't there?
There's a few left, yeah. So mugs been going really well. And we released the behind the scenes video. You saw that yesterday. How did you find that?
I really enjoyed watching behind the scenes.
Episode 2.
I haven't seen episode 1 then.
No, episode 1 is just like me and Red setting up.
Oh, okay, right. Episode 2 was great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to episode 3.
Episode 3 will be probably a bit less interesting because it will be like me talking through the process of like after the.
Oh, because you're going to talk about how you upload the.
Yeah.
So
I shouldn't say it's not interesting because that's not very good a way of promoting like what we do. It's really boring. Do not watch it.
Nah. Well, so I'm not going to be in the 3rd episode at all.
You can be.
I think I should be.
Yeah, I think you should be as well. Very busy man, Sam.
Yeah, but also a few minutes of Red videoing us.
That's true. You should be in episode 3.
Yeah, I think so. Did you know there's 10? How many gigabytes is there in the episode? 10.
60.
16.
60.
60.
Yeah.
And how much did Nate
Estimate.
guess?
10 gigabytes.
10 and it's 60.
60.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, man. One episode is about 60 gigabyte worth of files, yeah. And then we bring that down to about 12 to 15 gigabytes.
You bring it all the way down?
Yeah.
How?
You cut out all the useless stuff, like little files and stuff, and then it ends up like the episode once it's all complete is about 12 15 gig.
Interesting.
Yeah, then you upload that onto your old YouTube and onto the old podcast app. Bob's your uncle. And we all know who your aunt is.
That's 1/60th of a terabyte, meaning like 60 more of those files you'd fill up your computer.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's done.
Wow.
Mathematics by Red.
Done now.
We got some guests lined up as well.
Like?
Well, I was speaking to Musa Sanam.
Were you?
Yeah, so we've got to figure out when that's going to happen. And we might try and get a guest ready for next week.
I think we've had 2 flying solo.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's been nice, isn't it?
It has been nice, but it's healthy. I was thinking this morning, like next week it'd be nice to have a guest to join us.
Yeah, chuck in someone.
Yeah, we can chuck someone in.
Yeah, I need to find that little disc for the mic, but that's
what disc for the mic?
You know this mic arm that we haven't been using recently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking
about? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's broken. How was your week? What did you get done then? So you went to Edinburgh. What else did you do?
That's all, bro. I literally went for a few hours.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't even stay the night?
Nah.
Oh, you didn't get the old hotel?
Nah, the option was there. And even when I was there, the guy who was looking after was like, I should get a hotel and enjoy the city. I thought, you know what? My desires say yes, but practically I need to get back. So I was there for a few hours, bro. Literally landed.
What day was that?
Tuesday.
Right.
Landed 10:30. Was there for a few hours. Had some food. Went back to the airport. Got back to home about 8:30 in the evening.
Okay.
So it was a quick operation.
I like that.
Just what I needed.
I like that. And what did your weekend entail then?
My weekend entailed work, and Sunday the snow came down. So Zayden's first time playing in the snow.
I saw that early in the morning.
Yeah, really early.
Yeah. Story.
Yeah, that's right.
I like the fact that you're showing a bit of Zayden on your social
media. Little bit.
You in it's like your personal. Obviously, you don't want to because you want to. If you want to be private, I think that you have the right to be, and you should enjoy those moments. But it's also nice to just show a bit of like, this is me, this is Sam, it's my personal profile. I'll do a bit of this, I'll do a bit of work, I'll do a bit of that.
I mean, you just have to be aware that social media, the amount of people that can discover your page on social media, especially if you haven't got a private page. I haven't got a private page. You just don't know. You don't know who's on social media. And I can tell you for a fact, there's a lot of people on social media that you probably wouldn't want to look at your family members, your children, your wives, your sisters, your brothers, this, that, and the other.
Very true.
But obviously my boy is a massive part of my life, so I like to sprinkle it on the story occasionally. Do you know what? I've got so many beautiful pictures that I would love to put up on Instagram, but I feel like also it's not fair on him. He doesn't get any kind of decision. Suddenly I'll just put him onto a platform where thousands of people are looking at him. I think some things are best kept a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
So I try and do videos without using his face.
I like that. Yeah,
a little subtle thing.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah. You wouldn't put your personal...
No.
It's just, if it was a private account that you just had your friends and family on it, it's a different thing. But if you've got a business account, which in essence mine is for business, I can't really push my personal things through it too much, you know what I mean?
But that is your personal account, I mean, so like...
It's my personal account.
But yeah...
Obviously, but the intention behind that account is to promote the businesses that I've got.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's really why I use it. It's not to make... You know what I mean? It's to network, etc. But I wouldn't want to cover my family on it. People might want to see that, but people don't need to see that. Would you agree?
I'd agree, somewhat, yeah. The only person that I've ever put on my... the only woman that's ever been on my...
Yeah, I've noticed your mum. Nan. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Why is that?
Well, my nan's a nice, friendly old woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's comical.
Yeah.
And she's cute.
Yeah.
And people like her. But
would you call her my Desi Nan?
Yeah, in that video, yeah. But
what does Desi mean?
It's like South Asian, isn't it?
South Asian.
Like Indian, Pakistani, I think maybe
Bengali as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, my nan's cool, man. But that's the only person I would like. And she's also she's like an old woman, innit? It's like... So
it's kind of...
Cute old woman,
Yeah. But you wouldn't put your mum on it?
No.
Not
my mum, my sisters, my missus, no. You gotta be careful with that stuff, man.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know?
I also recently deleted my Twitter account. I don't use it anymore,
Really?
So I was like, let me just get rid of it.
I did it that years ago.
Yeah, deleted it. I haven't used it.
Do people still use it?
People do still use it. Well, Donald Trump does, doesn't he? Doesn't mind your tweet every now and again.
He's a djinn.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, but loads of people still use Facebook, don't they?
People use Facebook.
I feel like I'm missing out a little bit on business-wise for Facebook.
Yeah,
not for personal-wise.
Facebook is good for business.
We've got stuff, but it's not. I never monitor it. For me, it feels like Facebook is like a thing of the past. Although it's still a very powerful platform.
For business, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand that Instagram is owned by Facebook. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, and so there's a lot of ways to integrate for business.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you do Instagram adverts and Facebook adverts,
it has to be all connected, isn't it?
It's all kind of connected. Yeah. And bro, that's one of the best marketing tools, bro, because on Instagram you can target people in a specific area or people with specific interests, and people don't utilize that enough, man. So there's a handy little tip there. people who have.
You've got loads
businesses.
of tips on things like that, haven't you?
We probably don't discuss them enough.
Imagine if you wrote down all the stuff you know, you could sell that for a lot of money.
Actually,
I mean, in terms of with regards to social media and.
But I feel like I just know like little bits here. Like
Yeah, imagine if you put all those little bits together on a piece of paper.
maybe.
Be a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I know I'd definitely like to use your knowledge and services more. You gave me some bit more time.
Well, I've got time for
I
you.
would love that.
Let's do it.
We've said that you even come back from Dubai and said, look, I'm going to do it. And I've asked you, I said, Faisal, please do some videos
But we
for
have
me.
right, let's solidify something today though. We finished the podcast. You run off because you're such a busy man.
Sorry that I've got loads of things to do. We went for lunch last week.
We did.
A beautiful lunch.
We did have a lovely lunch. What did we have?
We had teriyaki chicken.
Chicken katsu, didn't we?
No, you ordered that
yeah,
and
you're
then
right,
you
chicken
realised it
teriyaki.
wasn't that and it was teriyaki.
Yeah, and what did we have for starter?
I had a soup.
No, we both had the soup, but then we had something else.
Prawns.
That was it prawns?
Yeah, it was prawns, yeah.
Yeah, tempura.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet now.
I'm on a diet now.
Really? When did you
Yeah,
start a diet?
Not long ago.
Monday?
Nah, less than that.
I started mine on Monday.
How's it going?
Very good. Very good. No fried food.
Really?
No chocolates other than dark chocolate. No desserts. Everything else is fine.
Do you know who inspired me to go on a diet?
Who?
Mahi. He's lost 3 stone.
Mashallah. That's good.
Mashallah.
I heard him speaking about it in the barbershop. I was in the barbershop on Friday.
Were you? Oh, was I there? I was
Yeah,
there,
you were cutting hair. Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
were
mashallah, Mahi's lost 3 stone, man. I find it so inspiring.
That is beautiful.
Ollie has lost a lot of weight from it. The
Ollie
diet
looks
they're doing.
good. Ollie looks good. Are they doing the same diet?
Yeah.
What is this diet?
I don't think they paid sponsorships. I'm not sure I'm going to name the name and number of it.
No, not named out, but what kind of thing are they doing?
Not eating, basically. Milkshake thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's to be honest, like, you can give credit to the diet, but really you're giving credit to the person for not eating. Because
Right.
it's like intermittent fasting, basically. You have like a milkshake in the morning, milkshake for lunch, and then a very small calorie, like a 250 calorie dinner.
Okay.
So it's almost like not eating. So that's why the weight drops off so quickly.
Fine.
It's like it's a crash diet in
Okay.
theory. A lot of people are anti it, but if you've got some weight that you want to just shred, evidently it works.
Mahi looking better visibly.
Bruv, yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Because for those who don't know Mahi, he's a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
3 stones dropped off him, and he just like you can just look at him. He's just healthier, yeah, for sure. But he's got his intentions just to keep going. But that's what's inspired me to go on a diet. So when I was in Edinburgh with him, and I was a bit hungry, and like he's just not eating, and I think I'm not going to go and like drag Mahi to a restaurant and eat if he's not eating. So just keeping it light. So it's been inspiring. Just like eating less.
How's your fitness going?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Could be better.
I mean, I know I'm only looking from the outside in, but I would never look at you and be like, oh, he needs to diet.
Me personally?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
you'd be surprised, man.
Really,
I
nah.
fluctuate, bro. You know I do, man.
Yeah, you do fluctuate, but I've never seen you and like a point where I'm like, oh, we need to try it. Apart from
Hopefully
once.
not.
Once I have.
Really?
Yeah, and then the next week you came in, you were skinny as a stick.
What did you saw me and thought,
No, we spoke about it, didn't we?
yeah.
Remember?
How bad did I look? Bloated.
You looked like
I think sometimes it comes down to a bloat.
maybe.
Are you aware of a bloat?
Yeah, I
You-
get
when you're-
bad bloat.
When you're deep, when you're not bloated, how much like you actually are thinner and you're lighter?
yeah, first thing in the morning, you look good.
Well,
Do
you
you
do
think? Yeah, first thing in the morning, you fasted all night.
It's true. Depends if you go to sleep. So, to be honest, if you go to sleep with a big dinner and you don't wake up feeling, you feel like the most bloated you've ever been.
Really?
Yeah.
So I tried explaining that to my mum. She laughed at me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know when you go to sleep, you actually burn a minimum of 600 calories
Mad.
while you're digesting the food. So when you go to sleep, your body's in shutdown mode, but your digestive system is fully active. So you're digesting everything that you've eaten throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
That's why when you exercise during the day, if you do more of it or do certain exercises that are like high intensity, you burn more while you're sleeping. So you'll burn more of an average of like 800 calories as opposed
Wow.
to 600. So I explained that to my mom. She's like, where do you read this stuff?
Wow.
But it's true. That's why when you wake up in the morning, you're the slimmest you're the slimmest that you are throughout the whole day.
That's why they say you should like when you weigh yourself, you should weigh yourself like
Yeah,
at
then
the
what
same
in the
time,
morning. Yeah.
and it's like so most people weigh themselves as soon as they wake up because it's like a similar kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
time and like thing. Yeah.
Because you can have a dinner and you can change your weight. Like
Oh,
quite
definitely.
dramatically, can't
Yeah.
you?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Definitely. I actually have like these. I stepped on the scales the other day and I stood.
What are you weighing in at?
I'm weighing 80 right now, 80 kg.
80 kg. What are you sure? Are you wanting to go up or down? What's it?
Up.
Up.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not crazy. For me, it would be like the opposite.
It used to be the opposite for me. When I was like when I
You claim you were fat, but I've seen pictures of you've never been fat.
really even that video you thought I wasn't fat. Did you watch my progress video?
Yeah,
You didn't think I was fat
Nah.
there? Really?
definitely not.
I was told I was overweight by the doctor.
Yeah, but that's like being clinically obese is just like having a bit too much.
A bit too much belly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's in theory. I'm not saying it's
but
a good thing.
It was probably a little mental. But my insecurity was so like, I'm so fat.
It is in the mind though, man. Because you look at you're not fat at all. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy how the mind works.
It's in the mind, yeah.
Yeah.
So you still training?
Yeah, man.
I saw you in the gym with the big boys.
Yeah, I was in the gym one day with the big boys.
Yeah.
Did a bit of deadlift.
Shoulders?
No, back.
Oh, yes. And you dropped the thing there.
Yeah. Put on my story.
Yeah. It's good that you put it in the story.
I'm skeptical. I made sure I was like, I don't know. I'm putting a bit more on my story because I'm a bit more like not shook to, I suppose.
Huh?
I don't normally put like any gym stuff. I haven't been.
It's weird that you don't do that because you're very much like you put your life on the camera.
Yeah.
And such a massive part of your life, which is such a benefit, would be such an inspiration and benefit to people. You don't like really include.
I've always been insecure about my body, though. You know this.
Yeah, but you don't even have. It's not like you have to do like after you train, go in the mirror and say, "Look what I have."
Yeah,
it's just like you training. Look at it's just, bruv. That's what people want and need, man. That kind of like daily motivation. If they can see next man doing it, think right, if next man can do it, I can do it.
But don't you ever see people upload like gym videos and pictures on their story and stuff and think, oh, it's a bit cheesy? Unless it's someone who's huge. Like when Ajmal likes to it looks normal. Yeah, but when someone like my size, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, oh, like that is like
no. Because evidently your progress is there.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, it depends because
then again, when you uploaded your thing of you boxing, hitting the pads, I wasn't cringed in. I was like, oh yeah, go on, son.
Yeah, because it's definitely not.
Go on, son.
It's not
like
that's definitely not for like to show people, look what I can do. I can, or like to try and make people.
You look good though. You look like a superstar.
Nah, it's just like it was like, just to like support my PT. To be honest, that's kind of the intention behind it.
Read that.
But yeah, bro, it's bro, anything positive, man. Promote it. If you're training and you're looking after your body, promote it, man. It's not like you're just saying, look how flash I am, girls. It's not that, is it? It's like, look, I care about my body. I know my body's got rights over me. Look at the sacrifices I'm making to make sure I look alright. I think it's inspiring, bruv.
I suppose after just a big part of it was having to make sure my intentions were right as well, which is why it took me 6 months to make that video that I made.
Yeah.
Because I was battling my intentions for so long. Do you know what I mean? Like making sure that I was doing it for the right reasons only, and that reason is to inspire young brothers who are insecure about their bodies that you can make a difference. Because I'm the most normal person who like has not got genetics on his side. Do you know what I mean? Like you see some people, like for example, when you see Lats works hard in the gym. However, anyone and everyone will tell you, including Ajmal, that Lats does have a genetic advantage in the fact that he genetically, even though he puts in a lot of work, but genetically his body can build muscle very well. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Ajmal is less genetically gifted or blessed as Lats, and therefore for Ajmal it's a bit harder. But look at what he's done.
Does that come down from backgrounds and stuff?
Yeah, probably.
Because there's I don't want to say the wrong thing now. I think he's not. I think he is from. I think he's Chinese. The huge bodybuilder, the Chinese guy.
I'm not sure.
No, have you ever seen him before?
He's famous, you're saying?
Very famous.
Oh, no.
Huge. I don't know if he's Chinese. I think he's Chinese. Okay. Point being, the reason he stands out so much is because he's Chinese, and you don't often see like big. He's got like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, like traditional Arnold Schwarzenegger body, like massive,
really?
Yeah,
wow.
massive, like big guy. But you're looking at it, and it's like, right, you don't often see like Chinese people necessarily being as big as that.
You don't really see with Asians.
That's what I'm saying, though, like because Ajmal's obviously Afghan.
Yeah, Afghan.
But then how often do you see like Asian bodybuilders? Obviously, I know you do get. Yeah. You don't see it as often, do you?
Let me tell you something about Ajmal. Yeah, my man. Yeah, and people don't know this about him because he doesn't really put it out. There's one thing about Ajmal that I rate so highly, Allahumma barik, yeah, and it's his discipline is uncanny, bruv. Like, first of all, my man's never taken nothing, like no steroids, nothing, yeah, because he used to compete, and he would be tested rigorously, yeah. So he hasn't taken anything like that, and his body is like the point where people often claim that he's taken steroids because of his body, but it's been hard work and dedication and discipline, bro. He's so disciplined with his diet, like it's insane, bro. Like you could put loads of chocolate bars in front of him. If he's on his diet, best know that he ain't gonna touch it. He don't care, bro. Like his discipline is insane. And I said to him one time, I said, how's your discipline like? And he said he just like mentally, when he was younger, he told himself like, if I want to get to this goal, I have to be disciplined. And bro, if you want to, I don't know anyone who's more disciplined than Ajmal. I genuinely don't. If you want to learn about discipline, you need to build up Ajmal and be like, bro, how to become more disciplined? And that has now carried him through to having discipline with a lot of things that he's done. He's very good with his money. He's mature with his money, with his savings, and all of this come from mentality. But he has a very strong mentality, and I personally believe that him having the physical body that he has is because his mind is very strong. He has a very strong mind.
For sure.
Because, bro, if you have a weak mind, you won't get to that body because it's easy to like miss the gym session here, this, that, the other. But my man, he's got a very strong mind. Allahumma barik. His discipline is insane.
My mate recently vouched for the same thing, exact same thing, because he went to the same, so they studied in the same year at Queen Mary.
Okay.
And he used to say like, that brother is so disciplined. Like when I used to see him study in the library, he'd have a timer. So he timed when he would eat his food, and obviously he weighs his food. And he just said like I didn't even know that he had that connection. So
I want to be like him.
So this is a mate of mine called Salman who does we do stuff together, and he was just saying like, I haven't seen a brother like more disciplined than Ajmal in my life.
Fam, listen, my man, that I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me that he used to time himself in line because, bro, he knows like what he's putting in his body by the grams. He weighs he weighs his ketchup.
Really?
He weighs his ketchup, Now, that's when he's dieting. Obviously, when he's bulking and stuff, it's a bit less, but he still does a controlled bulk. You'll never see him be like, oh, yeah, I'm bulking season, smash, whatever. He's still controlled. But bro, like with everything, he's like timed and like detailed and organized, and he's extremely organized. And what was I gonna say? You were saying that the brother said about bro. You would never know because he spoke about it. But you know, Ajmal has a master's in aerospace engineering.
Really?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like when you, that's why I can fully see that as well because of how intricate he is with his thinking. So. So he studied at Queen Mary.
He's 20.
Well.
He's your age,
Is he?
Or maybe 1 year younger. He's like 26, maybe.
27. Someone's 26. Yeah, that's
you're
same
like,
age.
You're 27, right?
28.
And bro, I don't want to expose him. I know the reason I'm saying all this is because I know that he really wouldn't mind me saying this. And inshallah, we'll talk about it more when we have him on as a guest. Maybe next week.
Yeah,
even.
it's true, man.
But did you know that he actually left last year? He left a really high-paying job in his field. Bro, my man's got masters in aerospace engineering. Like, it's not tough for him to get a good high-paying job, and he left that to follow his dreams, which is in the fitness industry, and that is admirable, bro. Because bro, it's okay. Chasing your dreams is easy when you're starting from ground zero, but to leave something that is giving you stability to then go to ground zero, that's harder, and that's what he went through. So
that's why that expression "passion before profit" is so powerful, man.
Yeah.
Passion before profit, because if you put your passion first, the profit will come.
Yeah.
But if you can't do something just for the sake of the money, can you? You got to find something that you love, innit?
Let's try to get him on next week.
Inshallah.
I'll have a chat with him, inshallah. But
Ajmal,
man, we never
I don't know
had
what is Ajmal Afghan.
Ajmal's Afghan.
I don't know what it is about. Like, I have a mate called Nasib who's also an Afghan, and he did aeronautical engineering with me. Then he went on to do his masters at Imperial as well.
Oh, really?
They're so driven, alhamdulillah, mashallah. I don't know what it is, but everyone that I know from that background is like mad driven.
There's a lot of stereotypes about Afghans. There's this one really funny quote that says, like something along the lines of like, if you love something as much as an Afghan loves being Afghan.
Really?
Because like they're like one of the stereotypes is that like Afghans love talking about the fact that they're like really proud of being Afghan.
Yeah. That's good, man. I
funny.
see when all those boys eat, they make a big thing about Afghan food.
Afghan food is nice.
Is it? I've never had it, man.
Oh
Looks
man,
nice.
but you have to.
So can you compare it a lot to your like culture and background?
Do you know what?
Is it very different? Because obviously right next door, aren't you?
Right next door, yeah. But it's very different, to be honest.
Can you clock someone who's Afghani to Pakistani easily?
Oh, by looks?
Yeah.
Nah, not me. Because I knew a guy back in uni who was Afghan. I thought he was Pakistani.
Right.
So not me, but I think like an Afghan can maybe.
Remember that Don we met in Dubai with the blue eyes? In the shopping, that last day of shopping, and he had blue eyes, and you were really shocked. And was he Pakistani?
I think he was, and
yeah, Afghani?
And he was Pakistani, and I was like,
but you thought he was Afghani, or
yeah, something like that. And he said, "I'm Pakistani." I said, "Bro, your eyes are so blue." And he said the way he's from.
And what about culture and background? And
so I think Afghans. I'm speaking without knowledge here, but I think Afghans speak Pashto. I think, and I think some Pakistanis do as well, depending on the area you're from.
But
there is similar.
Obviously, there's similarities, but can you see a clear difference between?
The looks wise.
No, not looks, as in like just
Culture.
like culture, yeah. Because let's say, for example, you asked me against someone who's Irish.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of similarities between like an Englishman or even a Scottish person. There's obviously certain similarities, but when you break down, you look at the culture and stuff, there's quite a lot of differences.
There are a lot of similarities in Afghan and the Pakistan culture and stuff as well. Yeah, there are. And the food isn't that dissimilar. Like, you know, one of the main things that like every time I go to like an Afghan household eat, it's like rice with like carrots and raisins, and we don't do that in Pakistan, but we have a lot of rice. So
yeah, I know.
I think Pakistanis are more known for biryani. It's like a stereotype.
TikTok.
Which is weird because I really dislike biryani.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say like that. Like
you've had too much of it.
No, I haven't. I'm not used to that kind of stuff. I don't dislike it, but I don't really eat it often.
For shepherd's pie.
I like a shepherd's pie.
I've heard you say shepherd's pie, referencing shepherd's pie a few times.
I like a shepherd's pie.
I know you do. Always reference.
I've been brought up on that, man. My mum makes a good mean shepherd's pie. She also makes a mean lasagna. Yeah. She makes mean meatballs, spaghetti meatballs.
Likes cooking Italian for you.
She does, doesn't she? She makes mean pasta as well. Yeah, my mum likes making Italian. I really like Italian food.
Italian food's good.
I like affogato. Experienced it for the first time 59.
Affogato, yeah, it's nice.
Affogato.
Have you had one since?
I've had one in Milan. It was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cheeky treat.
It is cheeky.
Yeah.
Ice cream and coffee.
It's great though.
Amazing. I actually got an extra scoop of ice cream.
I remember you asking.
Yeah, and then I got told off, I think, by one Empire.
Yeah, when you're trying to run by brand standards and you have someone who's greedy in the shop, it
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Because if everyone was greedy, asking for more, there would be no business with there.
That's true.
No ice cream left.
Lucky you're a good friend.
Alhamdulillah.
Should we go into some current events?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. After this short break, let's go into some. So Sam, I was listening to I was heading to work this morning, and this one audio file. So I heard this one like recitation. I want to play it to you. It's so beautiful. It's recitation of Surah Yasin by a reciter. It's called Imam Faisal. I don't know anything about him, but listen to this recitation of Surah Yasin. It's beautiful.
ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم.
How
very beautiful.
It's so soothing.
Wow.
Yeah, I think like a lot of it.
I thought you mean you said the Imam Faisal that you was going to be yourself. You go to King's Cross at some point, don't you? Yes.
You know the YouTube space London is by King's Cross, and I've never been there, and I actually qualify. Qualify to be a person who can use the space and the equipment and like the studios whenever I want, because I think one of the requirements, for example, is that you have a minimum of 10,000 subscribers. And I have 10,000 subscribers, but then when I applied, it said something like you can't apply because you don't have monetization switched on or something, which I thought that can't be right, because what about someone who just doesn't want to make money but they have subscribers? Like that, surely they wouldn't say, oh, because you don't want to make money. I don't know. So anyway, I didn't see that as one of the requirements, but anyway, I tried again last night or this morning to apply, and then it said you can't apply because you don't have the minimum requirement of 10,000 subscribers. And I have 19,700, so that can't be true either. So it's a bit weird, but it would be nice to be able to go into the YouTube space and use like their green screens and their big studio space and like their camera equipment and their high-tech computers.
You can use all that, yeah?
Yeah.
Really? You can just use it all?
Yeah,
free of charge?
I think you have to, yeah. But
if you've got the requirements?
Yeah, it's free of charge, but I think you have to like book in yourself, which is fine. But I don't, for some reason I don't get that privilege. They don't seem to like me.
Just try again.
Yeah, I mean, I tried last night.
Go directly to them. I know they're building well.
Yeah, it's I checked where it's like
literally opposite King's Cross.
Yeah,
and there's a really nice development around there in King's Cross now. They would put loads of nice restaurants and cafes and stuff. It's a nice area.
Really?
Yeah, really nice.
I might check it out sometime. I don't want to go there and then them like deny me.
Yeah,
it's a bit annoying, isn't it?
You don't get.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Should we go into some current events?
Yes.
Let's get into some current events.
Current events.
Current events.
Red one.
Hi guys.
Hello.
How's
Hey, Red.
You alright, Red?
Not bad. I'm
What's
good.
poppin', G?
This dark chocolate is really nice.
Yeah, he just gave me a slab of dark chocolate and said, "Don't worry, it's good for you." And I ate it, literally on the terms of what he said. And then I've just reflected and thought I didn't really need to eat chocolate, because although dark chocolate might have some benefits, it's still a lump of sugar I've just eaten. We were just talking about being on diets. Now you're sitting live eating off chocolate.
It's dark chocolate.
I know, but there's still calories in it.
Abdul Hakim said it was good for me.
It's definitely.
That's the only reason I'm eating it.
Yeah, I think in moderation. Red wine's good for you.
You had one slab, but I had half of what you had. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you're trying to fatten me up a little bit.
Maybe. Just trying to treat you well as a guest.
You're looking good though. I think you're fine, Sam.
I think you're fine.
No, you're good.
I think you're madly fine. What you got in the news there, boy?
Okay, so we've got a couple of interesting points of news today.
I just realised.
So a dying lorry driver expressed how much he loves his wife recently, and basically he got...
This is not a beat start to comments.
No, basically he got crashed into by another lorry driver of 56 years old who was basically watching porn while driving, and so he killed another lorry driver while watching porn on his phone while driving.
Did he try and get rid of the evidence or anything?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So...
Oh, did he die?
Yeah.
Everyone died?
No, just the lorry driver that he hit.
Oh, so he himself didn't die? So how did this get found out then?
So he actually tried to get rid of the evidence. So he broke his phone in half, chucked the SIM away, threw the phone away, but the police actually saw him do that, and obviously through forensics they found out that he was watching a certain...
Did they see him do that on like cameras, or did someone witness him?
No, someone witnessed it.
What, throwing a phone away, yeah?
Yeah.
After the collision?
It was after the other lorry driver had died.
Wow.
And in his like dying moments, he tried calling his wife to talk to her.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
He even asked the other lorry driver who'd crashed into him to call his wife, but it wasn't. It didn't happen. So he's said to pass on the message, which is quite really, really, really sad. And
that is so sad.
The way that happened is just it's heartbreaking, really. But yeah, that's one thing that happened. What else? Hurricane Harvey's rainfall was weighed to be about 127 billion tons, which is one of the largest ever to have occurred. And a lot of people suffered from that. What else? We got. I really wanted. No, I wanted to speak about obviously the bullying thing, but that's already been spoken about. It's a big thing. We got some news on Myanmar. The Rohingya Muslims. Obviously, that suffered. The official numbers have been released. So 9,000 Muslims were killed during that time.
Wow.
Myanmar released the numbers to be 6,700, which was an inaccurate figure. It's actually way more than that. It's interesting. Some of the figures are quite interesting. Hold on, let me just get them out. So, between the time of... So 9,000 were killed during the time of 25th August to 24th September, which is 1 month.
Was it on the border? Like, were they killed in the attempt of coming over?
No, I think they were killed in Burma.
Okay.
The attempt to come over is just the refugees. So that's 647,000 refugees that fled from Myanmar to Bangladesh. And the group survey found that 9,000 Rohingya died in Myanmar between that time. 6,700 of those caused by violence, including at least 730 children under the age of 5.
Caused by what? Sorry, violence?
Yeah.
SubhanAllah, man.
But there's still a lot of people that are in Myanmar right now. They're not in a good state. No. And if one wanted to support Red, how could they go ahead and do that?
So, I'll be going to Bangladesh on the 4th of January. And the refugee camps are very, very close to my hometown.
Right.
So I plan on spending a day or two, supplying aid to those people that are in need at the moment.
Fine.
And so I've opened up a Just Giving page to try and raise £5,000 to, make sure that money goes firsthand to those people, and core relief items are provided to them. So food, blankets, because it's quite cold out there at the moment, to reinforce the shelter for them as well, any shelter. So yeah, if you go onto my Instagram at code.red, the Just Giving link is in my bio, and yeah, give whatever you can, people.
Code.red, CODE, full stop, RED.
Yeah, and if you go on the link, the story will be there, and whatever we will be doing to give aid will all be there. All the details will be there. So
I rate that. Man like Red, touching down base.
Yeah, me and my brother are going to do as much as we can. We need to.
Met your brother last week.
Inshallah.
Met your brother last week.
You met your brother? Yeah, you met him briefly. He was really pleased to meet you guys.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's been a long time coming. I've been working here for quite a while now, and he's always wanted to meet you guys. Just hadn't had the time. But yeah, just wanted to mention that.
So code red.
Yeah.
Donate.
Code red. Yeah.
Code red. Code.red. Donate. Please.
There you go. Google shut down all the Chrome applications on Mac and Windows, apparently, which is quite a big thing.
They did what?
So all the Chrome applications, they shut it down.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, let's move on from that.
Okay.
I don't talk about that lorry driver. We skipped through that one.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was
actually.
actually
Go on.
the other day. I was driving, and there was like this thing in the road, and my mind kind of wandered off as it does. And there's this thing in the road, and I drove over it. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of object. I think someone might have thrown something out or something. But there was this thing in the road, and I drove over it, and I thought to myself, "Wow! Imagine if that was like a really large spring, and it like shot my car into the air, and then I'd like my car would be in the air like flipping." And I was thinking, what would I do? I don't know why that thought came through my head, because I was driving over something,
I thought you'd fly in the air.
I thought, what if I drive?
You've been playing too much computer games.
I don't really play computer games, to be fair.
Why would you be flying in the air?
I don't know. Let's just
spring makes you fly in the air.
Let's indulge in this anyway for a minute. And I thought to myself, what would I do? And I thought, how sad would it be if I was like, but it's still relative in the sense that, like, it might not be through flying in the air, but you could die driving. Like, you could have a crash or something, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And how sad would it be if, like, you were listening to something that wasn't that it was like something like really. Like, for example, that guy was watching porn, or you listen to music, etc., and like,
it's real, yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine if
because you'll be raised on the day of judgment the way you died.
But imagine if you listen to Quran in the car.
Yeah, and of course, imagine if you listen to music or smoking a cigarette or whatever.
Right, and then I was thinking, what would I do if I was like spinning in the air and I had a chance to like, my head was like, I was thinking straight, what would I do? And I was thinking, obviously there's a few things. I would definitely stay in the car, because that would be my greatest chance of survival, because I'm in this shell.
Right.
Rather than like jump out in midair. So I'd stay in my car.
It's obvious, yeah.
2, I would want to make sure that I take my shahada.
Yeah, standard first thing.
And
first thing, take
shahada. But I'd also want to like kind of my shahada to be like the last thing I'd say.
Yeah, but you just keep repeating it, wouldn't you?
But I would also.
If you thought you were about to die.
But I would also want to bail my wife quick.
Yeah.
So if it was in slow-mo, I'd bail my wife, but like, yo, listen, this might be the last chance to get speech to you. I love you.
You could just do an IG story and just accommodate it for everyone.
No, I'd rather
people,
I'd rather accommodate for my wife for a second. Bella be like, yo, listen, ain't got long, spinning currently, got seatbelt on.
Don't worry, I've stayed in the car because I figured this would be the safest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I've spoken to you for too long.
And then tip my shahada. And that's the thought that went through my head the other day.
Done and dusted.
When I've been in cars that people are driving maybe too fast, I'm literally just sitting there going, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna 100% all the time. So many times, man. I've been with people who don't drive correctly, and I've banged that shahada bare times, thinking it could be. You never know, innit?
Yeah, it's true. You never know. This is why we should say shahada all the time. This is why we should even say the shahada before we go to sleep. We don't know if we're going to wake up.
Bro, it's a blessing. If you can actually walk down the road and have the ability to say it, do you know the blessing in even being able to say it and understanding it? Like the simplest of that. To be able to be given the permission and to be allowed to actually say it, knowing the importance and how powerful it is, like understanding how incredible it is that you actually can actually utter those words.
Very true.
Isn't that true?
Very
Trust
true.
me, I think about that. Trust me, I think about the fact that I'm actually allowed to utter those words, knowing the power of those words, knowing that if you die on those words and you live on those words, where you're going to go, inshallah. It's powerful, man.
Powerful. A man was jailed after he lied on his CV about his education for a £120,000 per annum oil executive job.
Jailed? That's much.
Fraud,
He got jailed for it.
Fraud. What are you saying? You think it's okay?
No, jailed.
Well, does it go deeper? Is it?
No, it's just he lied about his education.
How long was he jailed for?
That I don't know.
Jail.
So
That is a
Scott-
lot severe,
come
isn't it?
on.
Yeah, sorry, I just thought about
Oh, he lied about. So he said he had 3 degrees and written an
he's-
academic
that's-
paper.
Yeah, he's
That's
not. It's not a
solid
schoolboy
lie.
claiming
Yeah.
something.
That's solid
fraud.
lie.
It's fraud. It's
Yeah.
fraud. It's fraud. Yeah, of course you go to prison for fraud.
Yeah.
Did he work? Was he working?
So he was actually working there for 3 months, and within the first 3 months, his colleagues became suspicious and caught him out.
How?
He had no degree, and
He had 3.
Yeah.
And the Don didn't have 1.
he didn't have 1, and he claimed to
You're
have
gonna
3.
get clocked. You're gonna get clocked.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
You know, you can speak to someone you know they've been to university. You know?
Yeah, and he claimed to be one of the top engineers. So
And he was one of the top engineers.
yeah, I guess I don't know. What does that fall under? Does that fall under impersonating a certain profession or?
fraud, isn't it?
Must be
Of course, it's
fraud, isn't
fraudulent. But like
Sorry?
impersonating a profession is like is very, very. It's dangerous. Like it can land you in jail.
What? Even if
So
surely
if
that's
you're
only if you're as a policeman or something, is it?
Policeman or a doctor or something. I don't
Yeah, I mean, if I impersonated a carpenter, I wouldn't get in trouble, would I?
know. No, I don't know about that.
But if I was in like,
No way, release it.
if I was in the
I'll clock you
underground and I
away.
claimed I was a police officer, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah,
Probably.
no trouble.
Probably. Yeah.
I won't do that
definitely
again.
would. And a woman called 911 after pizzeria. Is there a pizzeria in London?
Sorry, what?
It's like a pizza place, pizzeria.
Never heard of it.
But anyway, pizzeria refused to give her sriracha sauce, so she called the police. And
What sauce?
sriracha
Must be a good sauce.
must be a good sauce.
What did the police say?
People were like, oh, that is a good sauce. Why don't you give it?
No, they just refuted the report.
They what?
They refuted it. They didn't.
Yeah.
Wouldn't deal with it. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of current events.
That was a quick current
That was a very
event.
quick one.
It's because we dismissed all of them other than the first.
Lorry one.
Yeah. I just think it's been talked about a lot on Freshly Grounded that
Yeah.
we don't need
Has.
to. We don't need to go down that road.
That's our most listened to episode, that is, Mohammed Hijab.
15k.
Did you see that he tried to get on Russell Brand's podcast?
Yes.
Do you know whose idea that was?
Yours. Credit for it? Did he get on
No,
it?
I didn't. No, he didn't.
Really?
So basically, I said to him, so recently in a podcast, Russell Brand was speaking about how, and I mentioned this already, but he was speaking about how like he was looking for happiness, and he realized that he can't find it through money or fame because he's tried both those avenues. He tried it through everything: money, drugs, fame, women, and so he came to the conclusion that is not where you find happiness. Then he said in his podcast that he's looking for happiness. He's on this journey, and he said he doesn't know what he believes, but he said one thing he knows he believes in is oneness. Yeah, oneness. He said he believes in
Monotheism.
monotheism, right? And so I was like, rare. And then I thought to myself, like, he just released a book, etc., etc. And then so I said to Mohammed, like, it would be nice for him to have an intellectual discussion with someone who's also an intellect, and perhaps read his book and then kind of discuss with him and speak to him about it. And Mohammed was up for it, and I said, well, look, Russell Brand gets like 60 comments on his Instagram pictures, yeah. So I said,
How much?
60 on average comments.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not much.
Now, so I said, if you put out a video that just says like, look guys, I want to get on Russell Brand's podcast, and before doing that, send him a DM. If you get like 60, 50 people of your followers, and I think Mohammed Hijab must have like 10,000 followers, I think, so it's very doable, to comment on his latest picture, on Russell Brand's latest picture, say get Mohammed Hijab on your podcast, I'm sure that we can guarantee that at the very least he will check out your profile and the video. And I'm sure of it, bro, because like, you know, if that many people, and so he did it, and he DM'd Russell Brand, and then he got everyone to comment, and there was loads of comments on Russell Brand's
How many
picture.
comments, Sean?
All of the comments just saying, get Mohammed Hijab, get Mohammed Hijab. And I think that some people were saying that Russell Brand actually had to disable his comments, because some people were trying to comment it and it wasn't going through. But either way, we definitely got the message through. So I'm certain that Russell Brand went on Hijab's profile at least and saw the video, but he didn't reply to him. So maybe he just wasn't up for it. But we did what we
That's
could do.
interesting, innit?
We did what we could do, and he got the message out because, bro, you go on his profile and just every single comment was saying that. So he would have seen it. I know he would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
Inshallah, man.
Yeah, well, you never know. But I think if it was going to happen, he would have followed him, replied back to him.
He
or
would have
something.
replied, maybe. You never know.
You never know. It would be nice though, like, because he believes in oneness. He speaks about a lot of things that relate to Islam, and to get hijab on there, who would kind of.
But would he not think it's just end up? It's just like because he doesn't
Trying
know
to give
Muhammad
dawah.
Hijab. He's just going to think he's going to have someone who is clearly upon a religion just
Right,
talking to me
yeah.
about the religion. Is that podcast material?
Exactly.
And is people who run and or manage him? Do they want someone who? Because it might not be because they don't know Muhammad Hijab, and they might just think he's going to sit there and just preach to Russell Brand. It might not be good material.
It's true, and
Because it's evident if he got him in front of Muhammad Hijab and had a conversation, it wouldn't. wouldn't take too long for him to maybe get the point across. Because how Mohammed Hijab delivers his dawah is incredible in such an intellectual way. The point I'm making is Russell Brand is intelligent. After having a conversation with someone who's also very intelligent, who knows how to put things across, it would probably make a big difference to him, wouldn't it?
I agree, and that's why I said it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you're right in what you're saying. You're right. It maybe it just wouldn't work for the podcast out there. And I wasn't optimistic, but you don't try, you don't get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, you got tired camel.
You got to tie a camel good.
Yeah, so that's what happened with that, and we'll see in it. You never know. Maybe in the future, you might holler him or mine him. It's worth it, innit? Because I wouldn't. You know, when you hear stuff like that, him speaking about the stuff, you just feel like speaking to himself. And I thought like it wouldn't make sense for someone like me, for example, to try and get on there, because I don't think I would do justice to the deen. But I think that hijab would have a good shot at it. Of course. So. Yeah, I decided to dress up a bit today.
I've noticed. Yeah. I noticed in the videos you're sending me.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Yeah, there is a reason why actually, because I've sometimes when I dress like just in my trackies, which I wear most of the time to work, I feel a bit sluggish. I know I mentioned this before because I always go through phases of trying to like be a bit smarter, but I do feel a bit like sometimes I feel a bit sluggish and stuff when I'm dressed in trackies and stuff. But however, the excuse I often use is, look, I'm going to the gym straight after work, so if I just wear trackies and stuff now, they don't have to change later. But that's really lazy, and that's a really rubbish excuse, because we have 2 units in this office building. Like, I can just close the door and change before I go to the gym.
It's a ridiculous excuse.
It's ridiculous.
Awful excuse. Who says that?
It's the worst excuse.
Working man says, no, I have to wear my gym stuff to work because I'm going to go to the gym after work. Like, that's
lazy. It's probably the worst.
It's so comfy wearing comfortable clothes, isn't it? Last episode I wore a tracksuit. The first time I worn a tracksuit up these ends, and it felt so good. It felt so good. And I actually went to work wearing the same pair of tracksuits.
But you didn't look like a tramp. You looked like you were still stylish.
Then I cut my dad that. He goes, "Why are you wearing a black tracksuit? I thought you were supposed to be the boss." And it's just like, I felt like I didn't want to explain to him that actually never wear this, but I just wanted to be comfy, and it felt good. But trust me, bruv, it makes such a difference.
Your big old man said that.
Big man said that. Yeah. He said, why are you wearing that? You're supposed to be the boss.
Yeah, but my dad would say the same thing to me, to be fair.
It's true, and the thing is, I didn't want to say, oh look, I actually do try and make an effort. You caught me slipping. I just said, yeah, you're right. But it is true, and it's about mindset. I've said this before, about when you actually prepare. It's not to say that I'm any cut smart, but there's certain principles.
Yeah, you look good, man. You could tell you always make an effort. You look
a little bit of an effort in the sense that
sharp,
try and wear like smarter shoes and jeans. I think is a little bit. I've just found it's good for mindset as well, because like if you. Yeah, I won't go into it too much, but I think when you get ready in the morning for work and you're making an effort, even if you don't necessarily want to wear, you don't feel like wearing something smart, I think it does a lot for the mindset and does a lot for the day. And if you're if you're walking around and you're someone of authority, but you're dressed like rubbish, who are you to like then implement? If someone who's not dressed smart enough, and to say, how can you say, come on, smart yourself up? You're at work when you're wearing. This isn't a personal attack to you, but if you're wearing like not smart yourself, how are you supposed to set an example for your team?
It's true, it's very true.
But anyway, that aside, you look great.
Thank you.
Do you feel good?
I feel good.
I feel like when you're properly getting shot on a Thursday, you should be like, do you know what? Freshly grounded, I should firstly be on time so I don't keep Sam waiting downstairs, and secondly, don't wear a tracksuit, wear a little shirt and jean. That's what my advice would be.
Advice, good advice, solid advice.
It's up to you to take
Can I just say though that even though we're on HD, I think I ironed my shirt this morning, but I think that it's still not greatly ironed. On HD camera, it probably doesn't look great.
I think you look smart.
Thanks, man. I'm quite intrigued by the fact that you cut your old man's hair, which obviously makes sense, but it's just interesting because your dad is like that's a nice thing to do, isn't it? It's like your old man, it must feel nice, like give him a trim.
It's lovely, and he comes in every 2 weeks.
Does he come into the store? Does he?
Of course he does. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
must have a nice little bonding session there.
With me and him.
Yeah.
Just cut his hair and have a little catch up and that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't have those kind of moments with my dad because I don't like have that kind of I suppose I don't really have that much that I can offer him like that, but we have a nice little.
I'm sure you can offer your time.
Chill. Yeah, for sure. I like going to see my dad because when I go see my dad, sometimes it feels like he's like just offloading like his thoughts and stuff, and perhaps he doesn't get a chance to do that a lot.
It's nice if you can be that guy.
Yeah, man. So it's nice just go chill.
It's very important to keep ties with your family, man.
I should do it more. I'm not saying like I do it enough.
Yeah,
I should do it more.
Likewise.
I don't live with my dad, so
neither do I.
I should go and.
You should. Make time. It's a Sunday thing, brother.
Seeing him tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow is Friday.
Friday,
and you
yeah,
just
I'm
said
gonna
that's
go
nice.
to. So I'm gonna go. I got a couple of things to do at the passport office and stuff, and then I'm gonna head over to Juma. I'm gonna try and pay Juma near my dad.
His ends. What's that? South.
He has a shop in Southall. He has a shop in Southall, like a jewelry store. Not a jewelry store, but like a fake jewelry store.
Really? What kind of stuff?
Well,
does
it's
he
like accessories, like bridal accessories, and that kind of stuff for
Okay.
like Asians.
sell? Asian thing, yeah.
Yeah, and
So he doesn't sell fake Rolexes and stuff.
no.
Yeah, go on. You lost train of thought there. You were just talking about you seeing your dad tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna go Juma. Try and go Juma near his ends and check him, innit?
Nice. You should do that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And then I'm gonna see Only. Got a couple of things to talk
Only's
to
a
Only
very
about.
good brother.
Yeah. And after seeing Only, I'm gonna try and hit the gym.
This is tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got a busy day planned tomorrow. And then after hitting the gym, I'm actually gonna try and get myself a new suit.
A new suit
A
for the
new
wedding
suit.
you're going to.
Yes.
You're gonna wear a suit over there.
I need a new suit anyway.
But you're wearing a suit over there.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm wearing on each occasion, but I need a suit anyway because
Fine.
I need to get one. And I've actually, the other day, came across a really nice white tuxedo.
That's bold.
It's bold, isn't it?
That's got
Sorry?
a suit.
A white
A white.
tuxedo.
A white tuxedo.
The trousers are black.
Oh,
The
right.
blazer's
Oh,
white
Right.
with a black shiny lapel, bow tie.
Okay.
It looks amazing. But my missus said, and I said to my missus, look, I told her, she was like, ooh, that's a bit. She said the same. She had the same reaction as you had. And then she said, I said, look, trust me, it looks sick.
I can see it though. I can see it.
And she said, I believe that you will look good in it, but she said, the problem with it is that you probably wouldn't be able to wear it again because you wear it one time, everyone's going to, like, you know, if you get like a black suit or grey suit, you can change up the shirt and the tie and you can wear it. You can't really do that with a white tuxedo.
Yeah.
And so I agree with her point. So I might not get that because it's just not very financially, it doesn't make sense, but I'm not going to buy a new suit every time I have a wedding or something to go to.
Very formal, isn't it?
I mean, I've seen you in a full black tuxedo.
I've seen you in a
and
full-
it looks
full
good.
Mashallah. On a wedding
But-
day, you look great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
like
Best
fitting
I've
wise, it'll
seen.
look good. So I can imagine it. I can imagine a white, tuxedo blazer on you. It would look good. But
What
yeah,
colour
you're
tie
right.
would
It
you
wouldn't
bust
be.
with
A black bow tie.
Yeah.
that? Okay, yeah.
Because the lapel of the
Okay,
black blazer
yeah,
is...
you painted a picture now. When you first said it, bro, I literally thought of a sailor. You like head to toe white.
No. So the trousers are black
Yeah, you
with like a nice shiny black
Yeah,
like
yeah,
strip
proper
down
formal
here. Yeah, proper nice.
But would you wear that to a traditional wedding?
Not to well, with the Asian weddings, there's so many different functions.
right,
and one
right,
of them
so
will be
it's
like
not
a
just one
suiting.
thing.
I have to
Oh, really?
buy-
One of them will be a suit,
Yeah, but yeah.
and some of them will be what kamis.
Yeah.
Have you got a couple kamis?
I don't, but I.
you get new
I
ones?
I think my auntie over there has bought me one.
Yeah, they
and
do.
I just have to pay her back. or
They get it
something.
for you, so you have to give your measurements and stuff. And like,
Yeah,
for,
I've got- yeah.
for the different functions, so like the Mendy and like whatever beforehand, you have to.
Yeah. No, go on, carry on.
Okay, so you have to they buy it for you. It's all given to you.
Yeah, but I'm scared because I said to my auntie, she said she's getting me a salwar kameez, and I said I'm not the same size that I was, and so she said, all right, instead of a medium, I'll get you a large. But now I think that I've gone a bit too big for my boots because I don't think I'm a large. Bro.
You don't?
Nah, man, large. I'm not a large. But I meant that like all of the clothes because right, so like last year, if someone asked me what size you, I would have said medium, yeah. And now my clothes don't. I haven't really gone shopping recently, but my clothes
They're
are a bit
tighter.
too tight for me, and so I'll probably go a size up.
Yeah,
now.
they are quite
But
tight for you, aren't
large,
they?
a large sounds a bit.
Jumpers and stuff are quite tight for you, aren't they?
Yeah, really tight. You know, I
It's
just haven't.
interesting.
But I just haven't gone shopping recently, and I need to because I'm looking like I just. I'm looking like I'm wearing like my little brother's clothes.
You don't look like that,
How
but you
would
do
it
look
go?
like you've washed your jumper and it's got like tight. It looks like you've gained basically. in
Yeah,
your
but I
arms and
need to get
shoulders.
new clothes basically.
Do you prefer wearing like to these functions? You prefer wearing English attire?
I'll wear whatever everyone wears, man. I'm like a
Hey, you're like a chameleon.
comedian. Yes, my guy, Big Man Sam, 6'6", Guinness bud me, never got myself. Yeah, I'm a comedian.
You're a culture vulture as well. You love getting banging
Oh.
kamis and doing the authentic thing as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Done no.
yeah,
I like doing that.
yeah, man. What do you like doing?
Putting the authentic arms on.
What's that?
I've given my measurements to people back home in the village in India, and I've got new threads.
Yeah,
I've got them in my wardrobe.
ratings.
That'd be
Jubbers,
interesting.
I've
See,
got
I
kamis. I got
really
bare. I
How
love
would
them.
you feel about like one day eventually going to like Pakistan and doing a Freshly Ground episode?
I would like to go to Pakistan. I actually would like to go to Pakistan. Inshallah, Allah takes me there.
Same.
Inshallah.
Because
Same.
I've got friends, Pakistan, not you, except other friends
So-
who've got yards over there, and they tell me about the views and stuff. And I do want to experience it. I want to pass through. I'd like to go on a trip and like, have Pakistan as part of my trip.
This brother just went to Pakistan on Instagram, and he's a videographer, and he just some of the places that he's been to there are phenomenal. Like,
Really?
to be honest, I only had the knowledge of like Kashmir and all of that, like, you know, being really, really nice, like on the border, obviously being like really mountainous areas, but he's highlighted some other areas that look amazing. I would love to travel.
Do you see a lot of mountains and stuff when you go to Pakistan?
I haven't actually.
You went when you were younger. Do you remember seeing mountains when you went to Pakistan?
I don't remember
last?
much from my last Pakistan trip because I was about 5.
Oh, you were that young?
Yeah.
You must be excited about going back.
Yeah, I am. Man, Pakistan's my home.
It is, you're right.
Yeah. Look forward to it. I'm going back to Pakistan.
Can't edit that and we'll have that as a clip.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you are.
I'm
Say it
excited
again.
now. I'm excited now.
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah, because I'm excited to see what it's... Apparently, my wife said I'm going to have a massive culture shock.
Yeah, but I think that's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
Because you're so westernised, it'd be so healthy to put you in the village for a little minute. It would.
Yeah,
Take your iPhone away from you for a second, take all your Apple gadgets, put your watch to one side.
I don't wear a watch.
You wear an Apple Watch. And last week you were wearing another watch that we spoke about on the podcast. We actually spoke about watches before. So just put your watch to one side, relax, sit on the floor, eat a little biryani, whatever you want, and just enjoy it. How come you're doing that?
Do you know
there's actually... Oh, that's when you do salah. I actually found out that recently. I didn't know that until recently. When you salah, you can't have any folded
really
items of clothing, yeah.
I'm like team roll your sleeves up all the time.
Nah,
you can't do that. You can't do it.
Nah.
Basically, so I found out in like my that like so soon into practicing because
the fold up.
Yeah, cause
Really?
my first Ramadan, I was in Wales and I was praying like Tarawih or something, and it was so hot because it was summer. It's Ramadan time in summer, and I had my sleeves rolled up, and a guy told me off, and he said you can't do that, and he said if you want to roll up your sleeves, go buy a short sleeve thobe, and I did. I bought short sleeve thobe.
Okay, so you can't. Okay, so you can wear a short sleeve.
Yeah, but you can't fold.
That's already. But you can't.
That is when it falls into impermissibility.
So you can't do that.
Bless.
Okay.
Not bless. Halal, haram. This is during Salah, though, isn't it?
Okay.
Because
I mean, I don't consciously doing it. Like, this is something that I would just.
But then
always...
I often tuck. Like, I always have a little tuck here and there. So just need a bit more conscious of it.
Right.
But then
Is it
also,
haram? I don't know the details of like if is it like completely haram or if it's like.
Will your salah not be accepted? Or...
Well, I know. Well, I don't know.
You can't. Yeah, either way, you shouldn't do it.
But you shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
So whether it's halal or haram,
it.
but sure. But generally, if you're told not to do it, then they fall into haram.
Yeah.
I shouldn't speak about knowledge, but also you see a lot of brothers who, obviously hadith about garments under the ankle.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, people seem to observe that, but more so when they're doing salah. So you see a lot of brothers who like clearly wearing like long tracksuits or jeans, or whatever, and they roll it all the way up as a norm.
Yeah.
But they think obviously they're following a sunnah by garments above the ankle, but really what they're falling into is something which isn't even permissible.
Yeah, but I saw that, and then I was wondering, and I don't know the answer to this, because different people told me different things about this answer, whether what's more correct, because if you got your trousers below your ankle while you're praying salah, like you shouldn't really have that, but then if you have your trousers above your ankle, you roll them. So what's like?
If you have a pair of socks, maybe you could tuck it into your sock. It's interesting though, because it's obviously people are doing it because they want to follow a sunnah, and I didn't know about this tucking thing until recently. So I'm just saying, it kind of like it contradicts this, like the actual sunnah, doesn't it? By doing it.
Yeah, it's interesting to find out what that actual. Yeah. What a lovely episode we had today, Sam.
I really enjoyed it.
So did I, Samuel.
You sound like you're patronising me.
I'm not patronising you too, Abdul Samad. You enjoyed it? I enjoyed it a lot. Good. Are you looking forward to having a guest next week, inshallah?
Inshallah, I'm looking forward to having a third man in between us. What? I don't know. Anyway, so am I. And it's also worth mentioning, Sam, why don't you hold this thing up because the camera's on you. The last few Freshly Grounded mugs are available, so head over to freshlygrounded.com. Only a couple. Yeah, man, like, I don't know, a few. freshlygrounded.com/shop. And you grab yourself a mug for a tenner, collector's item signed by Sam and Faisal. And also, some of them have like a special message on them. So if you're, you might get one of those. Like it says like one or two little messages from us. It's true. SMP and Faisal. Yep. It's good. It's a good mug. It's good. And we got other stuff coming soon, haven't we, Sam? With some really exciting stuff. Some nice merch coming out. Shop. So check that out. And lastly, guys, please do remember that this podcast was brought to you by One Nation and Noor, who support domestic violence. Don't support domestic violence, but support the awareness of domestic violence. And they help both men and women who are going through domestic violence in a number of ways. It's a taboo subject that we don't speak about enough, especially in our communities, which is a shame, really. And
if you are facing domestic violence, you can actually email Noor at support@noor-dv.org.uk. So support@nour-dv.org.uk, and one of the professional Muslim counsellors will will assist you, inshallah. You can also help by raising awareness about domestic violence on your social media, to your friends, to your family circles, and in any way possible. You can also assist by going to hiddenvoices.co. That's hiddenvoices.co. You can also make a small monthly direct debit contribution, as little as a couple of pounds, as little as a price as a cup of coffee. Keep such projects going. You can support the campaign. Please also make dua for the team, and you can visit Noor's website, which is nour-dv.org.uk. Let's support the hidden voices. There are men and women going through domestic violence as we speak, and if you know anyone who is, or if you yourself are, please do reach out to Noor. They are professional Muslim counsellors, and they're here to assist you and help you. You don't have to deal with it alone. And just remember, guys, one woman is killed every 3 days due to domestic violence. That is a powerful factor, and it's something that we as a ummah should help to tackle and defeat. With that being said, guys, this is episode 39. Next week is number 40, the big 40. Life begins at 40, some people say. We don't say that, but it is something that has been said among some people. Jazakallah khair for listening, guys. This has been Freshly Grounded. He has been Sam Palmer. I have been Faisal Chowdhury. This has been a plant pot that is actually fake. Goodbye.